Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Gaming on Caffeine live stream. We're back once again. Hopefully, you're all having a fantastic Wednesday. I want to say it is indeed Wednesday. Hopefully, you are all having a fantastic Wednesday wherever you are in the world. / Thursday. It might be Thursday in some places. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, welcome back. I'm glad that you're here. Nonetheless, we're going to play some more StoneBlock, picking up from the last stream in which we set up a fantastic contraption, in my opinion, that produces redstone flux using the leaf-eating generator combined with a Steve's Carts tree farm, not a trees carts Steve farm, although that would be interesting. Imslay Games, thank you very much indeed, my friend, as well, for the 5 months in a row. Holy heck. This support means a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Can we get some caffeine sellouts for Imslay Games? Flippin' heck. And Mr. Lamp, welcome. Finally, a stream I can attend. I'm glad you can make it, my friend. Welcome. Welcome. All right, who do we have in the Twitch chat here? We've got Imslay, of course. We've got Lil Oz2. Welcome, my friend. How's it going? Snowbow's back. Booger Bomb 01. Welcome. Toffee AA99. Dull Goblin. How's it going, my friend? Welcome. Backroom Solid. Back again. Welcome. Timar 13 says doot. Sure, why not? Shadow ENG, which I assume means England 01. Welcome. I always want to say Shadow Gen, but that's not what that says. Evil Fest was, of course, here. Pure technicality with a false ham emote. Is that false symmetry's emote? Is there an inside joke behind that ham there? Because that's an interesting one. Eros2, welcome, my friend. Reza, who is on his lunch break, welcome. Miss J Ray, welcome as well. Holy heck. A lot of familiar faces, but welcome. Hopefully you're all having great days. We're going to switch over to the live view, and we're going to slowly bring this music out into the background, because as good as it is, it's not welcome here at this point in time. Get out of here. Get out of here. Who else do we have? Mudrunner23 is here, and also Backroom Solid with the 9 months in a row. Apparently, I was very busy 9 months ago, because that is our second Twitch baby of the day. And also, holy heck, guys, I haven't done anything yet. We're 3 minutes into the stream, and there's Miss J Ray gifting out 5 tier 1 gift subscriptions. Holy heck. The Streamlabs overlay does not seem to be showing up for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is. Like, you're not getting the little pop-up, like Streamlabs might have changed something. Give me a second. But also, congratulations to Nike Foros, Dull Goblin, Robot Carter, Krillist, there's no vowels in that name, I can't pronounce it, and Flux MC. Congratulations to all of you on receiving a gift sub from the very generous Miss J Ray. Holy heck. Jeez. It is a false symmetry emote. She goes ham on all her projects. It's a thing. Yeah, see, I knew there'd be an inside joke there. I can believe she goes ham. I can believe it. I met her at a Twitch event earlier this year. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why the alerts are not popping up. So let me quickly see if I can't fix that. Oh, we have a new dashboard. Oh no, Streamlabs, what have you done? What have you changed? Hold on. Let me see here. So if I try, oh boy. You know when people change things and they don't, hold on. So if someone subscribes, see, that works. Huh. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be down here at the bottom like that. I wonder why it didn't work for everybody else then. That is weird. That's an odd one. They've also changed everything, so I don't know where everything is. Maybe... Oh, here we go. Like, if I do this... Oh, see, that shows up. It didn't show up before, right? Right? Quick, someone sub to test it. Yeah, someone... Oh, boy. Okay, it looks like it's working, for the most part anyway. The little pop-up there is at the bottom, so it seems to be... At least for the time being. All right. Anyway, let me quickly... change my GUI scale. I normally play on 4. I did bump it up to like auto or whatever it was on, because usually if I'm building, I like to be able to see the blocks a little bit nicer. So like in the chisel, you know, if you put a block in here, the blocks are quite small, so I usually like to increase the GUI to see that there. But anyway, enough of that said, all those things said and done. In the last episode, we were working on a Steve's Carts tree farm that also simultaneously doubled as a power generation system using the leaf-eating generators from Actually Editions. And since the end of the last episode, I put a bit of time into trying to make this room look a little bit nicer and also make it a little bit more versatile. Before, it was basically just this area here with stone walls and nothing else. There wasn't really much space to put more stuff into it. And so what I've done is I've kind of dug out like little indentations all around it. I'm kind of planning on making these into their own rooms. I've got a bit of a plan to start working on some of the environmental tech multi-blocks in today's stream, and so I'll probably clear out a bit more space using the builder and kind of try and put something in some of these slots here. I'm also thinking about moving our mob spawner down here at some point as well, because right now we don't really have a mob spawner. We've got an area which is capable of spawning mobs, which is, if I can get up here, it's over here, but right now it's full of torches because it was turned off because it was being laggy, and also it doesn't actually give us mob drops. It gives us pink slime, which is useful, but not really as useful as mob drops at this point, and so I'll probably take this down. I'll probably try and move some of that cursed earth and put a new mob spawner down in our new area. But the first thing that I would like to do in today's stream is I would like to make an elevator from open blocks, because in the last episode, we spent way too much time almost dying due to fall damage because I kept going down. We don't have any like slime boots or anything like that. And so every time that I went down to the lower level, I lost a bunch of hearts. And as of yet, I've yet to die on this pack, and I would like to keep it that way if possible. And so I'm going to go ahead and hopefully here, if we've got enough string, which we actually might not have, but I'm really hoping we can. Oh no, we definitely do. We can get enough. Excuse me? Can you not? Wait. Excuse me? Hold. Wait. You can. No, yeah. What? Is this not real string? Hold on a minute. I was almost certain that we could make. Oh, there's my fall damage again. I was almost certain that we could make... Hold on. Yeah, okay, that works. I'm not quite sure why that other one didn't work then. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and make ourselves another one of these open blocks elevators, and all we have to do is place one of them down right about here in the hole that I've cut in the floor, right about there, and the other one directly beneath it, right about here. And voila! We've got a nice, easy way of getting between our two levels. Oh, I love it. I freaking love it. Also, Mr. Lamb, thank you very much indeed as well for the bits. Let me, this spawned a whole heck of a lot. Looks like you'll have to pump down some saplings. This is true. So you may notice that the actual system here is not working right now. And the reason for that is because the system has run out of saplings. With our leaf-eating generators tearing all of the leaves before the cart manager here actually has a chance to tear them down itself, we don't actually have enough saplings to keep the tree farm going continuously. I was really hoping that some of the leaves would be far enough away to where like the system could have enough saplings to keep itself going. And if we look in here, you'll notice that there are quite a lot of saplings in this chest, and so quite a lot of the leaves are despawning before they get hit by the Steve's cart and are thus dropping their saplings, but those saplings are currently not being pumped back into the system. And so one of the things that I do want to do in today's session is start to pump saplings into the system. As I mentioned in a previous stream, what I'm probably going to end up doing is, I need to get used to using this elevator now, what I'm probably going to end up doing is setting up another hopping bonsai pot with like an oak sapling in it, pumping it into a storage drawer. We'll probably put something like a void upgrade in there so that any excess leaves or oak logs or anything like that will just get voided, and then we'll pump all of the oak saplings out of that storage drawer and into a cart manager, which will then of course load those extra saplings into the Steve's cart, which will then plant them down and should hopefully keep the system going forever, essentially. That's hopefully the plan there. And so hopefully that's something we'll get done in today's session. But before we start working on that, I would like to start working on something else, because you may notice that I've got a bunch of gaps all around the bottom area of this kind of like lower section of the base now. And these gaps here are for garden cloches. And for those of you who don't know what a garden cloche is, it's this guy here from Immersive Engineering. And it's essentially a nice compact farm that's also quite quick. It's a very good way of growing things in we're going to use it to grow magical crops, right? We've got mystical agriculture in the pack, and up until now, we haven't really touched the mod all that much. We've crafted a couple of the furnaces to make our lives a little bit faster in terms of smelting, but we haven't crafted any of the seeds, and we haven't really started to use it yet to generate resources, and that is something I would like to start doing, hopefully, in today's stream. And to do that, I want to get a bunch of garden cloches. We're probably not going to make enough to fill this downstairs area here today, because that is quite a lot of garden cloches, and most importantly, the garden cloches do require treated wooden planks, which require creosote oil, which you can make in a couple of ways. The traditional way of making creosote oil is using a coke oven, right, from Immersive Engineering. Now, while the coke oven works just fine, and while the coke oven is not really that difficult to make, requiring just clay, bricks, and sand, the coke oven is incredibly slow. Like, it's really slow. Anyone who's played with it will tell you it's slow. It's tediously slow. And so what I would like to try and do instead is I would like to try and make creosote just a little bit faster using a augment for the redstone furnace. This guy right here, the pyrolytic conversion augment, which should allow us to burn things like compressed sawdust, hay bales, wood piles, but also things just like coal into coal coke and produce creosote at the same time. The most important bit here being that we can actually upgrade the furnace to be faster than it normally is, thus allowing us to hopefully, ideally, make creosote oil just a little bit faster than we normally would be able to using the coke oven. And so that is the first thing I would like to get started on in today's session, because this is the thing that's going to take the longest amount of time. So if we can get it going early, hopefully by the end of the stream, we'll be able to make quite a lot of garden cloches and start to put some of the seeds that we make to good use. So to make that, we of course need to get ourselves a redstone furnace. I don't even know if we've made one of these so far in... Oh no, of course we have. We got one over there, right? Yeah, I keep forgetting. We actually don't use it all that often, but let's just quickly go ahead and grab ourselves a standard redstone furnace, which of course we don't have the items required to craft yet. That would make life way too easy, but hopefully it shouldn't take us too long. It didn't, which is good. And then we also need that other augment, which already I have forgotten the name of. Creosote oil. What do we need for this thing? It requires an invar gear, 2 copper plates, 1 redstone servo, and then 1 nether brick. The invar gear shouldn't be too hard. It wasn't. I was really hoping we had the invar to do that, and thankfully we did. Copper plates, I don't think we do have, but I'm fairly certain you can craft with 3 copper. Oh no, it's just with a copper and a hammer. Okay, that's easy enough to do as well. So hopefully we can just grab 2 of those. Really, I also thought we had an engineer's hammer already, but apparently I have been mistaken. Whilst we're at it, we'll quickly grab a servo and then also grab ourselves a nether brick, which again, I think we might already have, but we can always play it safe if we don't. Oh no, we've got loads. Okay, that's fine. That is not a problem whatsoever. So 2 copper plates, give me an engineer's hammer, give me some copper, and we should be good to go. That should be pretty much everything there. Now, the hard part about this really is going to be, does it have to be in a 3x3 crafting table? I never get those crafting recipes, right? The ones that require a 3x3 crafting table but don't take up a 3x3 slot, they always seemed quite odd. Excuse me? They always seemed a little odd to me, but apparently... Really? Like, with 2 seconds? You know, I haven't had any inventory issues throughout the entirety of my time, like, doing stuff off camera, and then as soon as I start streaming, the inventory issues, they just roll on in. Like, they're on cue. They're just ready to go. Let me see. Can I place that? Oh, he's done it. Okay. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Give me, please. There we go. All I need is 2. You know what? Give me, like, 32 copper plates, just in case we need more later on down the line. And so... Finally, that should be everything that we need. Nice. Now, if I go and place this thing down, the first thing that you guys are going to notice is that while this does produce creosote, much like the coke oven, this thing is really slow. Also, before we can actually put an augment in, we do of course need to get the hardened upgrade kit. And speaking of upgrade kits, if we do want to get this thing to a reasonable speed, we are probably going to have to go ahead and invest in a reinforced upgrade kit, maybe even a signalum upgrade kit, and it would be optimal if we could get a resonant upgrade kit onto this redstone furnace. Now, those things are quite expensive, and that might not be something we can get done in today's session, but really, like ideally, that's what we'd like to do. If we can get a resonant upgrade onto that thing, that's going to make our lives a lot easier in terms of making quite a bit of creosote, because if I show you guys right now, if we drop in that augment there, you'll see it does receive a tank, so it can now start to generate creosote oil. And if we quickly grab just like a stack of coal and throw it into the redstone furnace, you'll see that it is really quite slow. when it comes to making this. It requires 3 redstone blocks per tick. It's very efficient in terms of power generation, but it's so very, very, very slow. Like, it's really slow. It's really, really, I don't know why this stretches out in such a weird way, but it's so incredibly slow. Like, really slow. Any day now, faster than the coke oven. I don't know, it might be, honestly. Like, right at its base speed, I feel like this is probably about as fast as the coke oven, but with the ability to make it faster, right? That's the idea there. The thing is that hopefully we can make this a lot bit quicker. So the first thing I want to do is try and make some of those other augments. For example, the reinforced upgrade kit here really shouldn't be too hard for us to make. Some electrum, a silver gear, as well as 2 fused quartz or 2 hardened glass. We might have what we need. Of course we don't. Again, that would have been far too easy. So we'll just go ahead and craft up that stuff. And then the difficult thing really is going to be getting the signalum gear, not because the signalum's hard to get, but because we have to get the cryothium dust, which does indeed require blizz powder. The blizz powder, I think we're probably going to have to make using the fluid transposer by putting some snowballs in and some liquid XP. Liquid XP, again, shouldn't really be too hard for us to get, given that we have 30 levels worth of XP and we've got open blocks in the pack, and so we should be able to get the XP out of us and into the liquid fluid transposer fairly easily, right? At least that's the plan. You have a 3x3 in your player menu. This is true. Unfortunately, I think some people have been having issues on the server with the 3x3 crafting grid crashing. So I'm a little reluctant to try that, really. We do have hardened glass here. Does that hardened glass work in this recipe? I think it might. I think that the storage scanner just doesn't like to put the correct ones in. Oh, it does. Nice. I guess it's the reinforced upgrade kit. I'm not quite sure how much of an upgrade this is going to be. It bumps it up to 4 redstone flux per tick, guys. Oh, it goes from 3 to 4. That's an improvement. Whether or not it's a big improvement is, you know, a different question. But of course, by adding in that extra upgrade kit, we do of course also add in space for another speed augment. That being this guy right about here. So we can go ahead and make another one of those. Like we did with all of our dynamos, we can go and we can throw this in, and that should increase it to maybe 5. If we're lucky, 6. Redstone flux, 8 redstone flux per tick. Look at that. 8 redstone flux per tick. That's nearly triple the starting speed. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can see we've already got 1 bucket worth of creosote oil here. And so hopefully this will begin to produce creosote quite quickly. But to make it even faster, I will go ahead and see if we can make the signalum upgrade kit. Also, Leray0409, thank you very much indeed, my friend, for the 150-bit cheer. This support means a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to just be happy with the knowledge that you support the channel there, because you've already got the emotes. Flippin' heck. Hi Isaac, glad to actually catch you live. Welcome, I'm glad you did. Holy heck. And Tobai Gaming, welcome as well. Glad you could join us. So, signalum upgrade kit. So for this, we are going to need to get the cryothium dust, which needs the blizz powder, which needs a fluid transposer. So the fluid transposer is the first thing I'm going to make here. We already know that we don't have another machine frame. I'm going to make a few here again, just so we've got them ready if we need them in the future. Let's go ahead and type in fluid transposer, this guy right here. We do not have the copper gears either. Again, we'll go ahead and make like 16 of those ready for the future. Same with the transition coils. We'll just grab a bunch of those. Buckets we've already got. Glass we already have. Bish, bash, bosh. That gets us a fluid transposer, which for now, I'm not actually quite sure where I'm going to put this. I guess I can put it like right about here, right? Like that. The problem is that we do need to actually pump things into this, and so I might have to move that in just a second here, but it should be fine. It might be okay. It might just look a bit silly, but it should be okay for the most part. Then, in order to get liquid XP into the fluid transposer, I think the easiest way for us to do that is using an open blocks tank, which, again, really isn't too hard. It is simply a bunch of glass, if I can find it here. It might be easier if I type in like tank at open blocks. Yeah, this guy right here. It's just a bunch of glass panes and some obsidian. Nice and easy. If you happen to have glass panes, that is. If you don't have glass panes, it's less nice and easy. Thankfully, we've got over 2,000 glass in the system right now, and so for us, it is really not too difficult. Get ourselves a tank, and then we also need to get an XP drain, I think is the name of it. this thing right here. This allows the tank to actually store your XP. It allows you to pull the XP out of your character and put it into a tank in liquid form, which is really quite nice indeed. So if we take both of these, like so, we're probably also going to want to get some kind of fluid conduit so we can actually extract the liquid XP from the tank and put it into the fluid transposer here. And this is where I'm saying that it's probably going to look a little bit silly, at least for the time being, because what we're probably going to have to do here is put down a tank, put down the XP drain, and then pull out of that and up into here. Right now, this is not what I want to do. I do not wish to store the I do not wish you to connect at all to the redstone furnace. What it has done is it has put the creosote into that tank there, which is not what I want. And so, I think what I'm going to do here real quick is something like this. I'm going to put down another tank. I do wish to start storing the creosote because, of course, we want to be able to access and use this later on. And we do want to be able to store more than we can store in the redstone furnace, because I kind of just want to set it and let it do its thing throughout the course of today's stream. And so I'm going to click activate always, and I'm hopefully going to move all the creosote out of there into there. We'll then disconnect that one, set that one to extract, always active, and so now all the creosote should end up in there, and hopefully nothing will end up over here. And then finally, I'm going to go ahead and try and reconnect these, like so. Make sure the back here is set to an input, like that. And so now if we stand on top of the XP drain, which we will be able to do if we make a little bit of space here, what it should do is it should start pulling some of those 30 levels out of me and into the tank. Now, I'm not quite sure what the conversion rate is of actual physical levels into liquid levels, but that looks like a fair amount to me. And so we'll set this to active without signal. That's going to start pumping that liquid XP into the fluid transposer. I think this here should be more than enough for what we're trying to do. And then if we put some snowballs into there, we should be able to start making that blizz powder, which should make making the Signalum upgrade kit fairly easy, right? So the next thing we need is snowballs. Now, snowballs are kind of hard to get when you're in a cave, right? When you're in a cave that has no snow biomes. So I think the easiest way for us to do that is probably going to be the glacial precipitator from thermal expansion. Again, a pretty easy machine to make, especially given that we just bulk crafted a bunch of copper gears, redstone reception coils, and machine frames. And this thing, fairly simple to use. All we need to do is throw this down where there is some power. I think the easiest place for me to do this is probably going to be over kind of in the wall over here. Again, it's going to be a little bit janky for the time being, but essentially I want it near the sink here so we can actually provide it with water fairly easily. And then if we put it down as well next to this, it should start to receive power from that. It does, good stuff. And then if we quickly go and grab another fluid laser, which I'm really hoping we've already got. Let's see, laser. We've got a normal laser, which of course we can zap over into an item laser. Oh no, it zaps into I always get the order wrong on that. I always think it goes power, item, fluid, but apparently it just goes straight to fluid. And so if we just throw that on there and then connect those two up, that's going to start transferring that unlimited source of water into the glacial precipitator. Grab our laser wrench, and then that should begin to produce snowballs for us. Now, we only need like 2 for the time being, but having this available for the future if we need more snowballs is always nice. There we go. Nice and easy. So, finally, if we come over to here and we throw it into the fluid transposer, and we also make sure that the fluid transposer has some form of power, which apparently it does not right now. Let me just get rid of that. We probably did lose a little bit in the way of liquid XP there, but that's fine. And then we grab a leadstone flux duct, throw that thing down, and finally, after quite a bit of work, we should... Kapow. That's not what I want to put down there. That's my inventory messing up again. We should... Did it not even... Hold on. There it is. Give me this. Put it down. 3rd time's the charm. Let's try that again. Give me the thing that I need. Inventory, please. Don't do this to me. I think I have to like open up a chest or something for it to reset. Yeah, there it is. Let's try again. Kapow. Give it a second. Give it a second. This is correct, right? I've done this right? Yeah, this is right. I think it just needs... Yeah, this is right. It's just really quite slow. But it's working, which is cool. This thing is also working very slowly, but it's getting there. And so, any second now that's going to be done. Whilst we wait for that to finish, we do also have to get ourselves the Signalum, of course, to actually make the Signalum upgrade kit. And so for that, it's probably going to be easiest maybe if we use... I was going to say the redstone furnace. Not the redstone furnace. I was going to say the alloy smelter. The problem with the alloy smelter that we've got right now, at least, is that it's extremely slow. And so what we should probably do, whilst I'm at it, I'm being lazy, I should really just upgrade the alloy smelter to an actual alloy smelter that is capable of, like, working at a real speed. We've been using the simple alloy smelter for way too long now, and especially if we're going to start working with more of the alloys from Ender.io, it probably makes sense if I just go ahead and upgrade the one that we have to a real alloy smelter, which I would hope that we have these items, but of course we don't. That would, again, be way too easy. So... oh boy, I remember now why I didn't do this, because these things are a pain in the backside to make, aren't they? Holy heck. Okay, let's give it a go, though. So that's the 2 bimetal gears. Hopefully we can upgrade those to energetic gears. We got 1. Do we have any energetic alloys lying about? We do not, again. Would be too easy, which means I am going to have to put the thing back down, right? The alloy smelter back down so I can make some more energetic alloys. Ah! It's too much. It's too much, man. Okay, we'll make it work. It'll be fine. Ay. So, glowstone, gold, and redstone, I think, is the recipe. Also, Droid, hi man, how's it going? What was the name of the... oh, really? I'm going to relog real quick just because my inventory seems to be messing up. Like, I thought I put that alloy smelter down and it's not doing it. What was the name of the wireless crafting doohickey for my storage scanner? And Mickey Mouse, hey man, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, what was the... I know you told me like 8 times that I should make the wireless crafting... no, yeah, the wireless crafting connector to the storage scanner. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Hopefully with less inventory issues. So take those out, throw in some glowstone, redstone, and gold. That will eventually, again, very slowly get us what we're after, but we're working to make that faster, as we are working to make all things faster. Let me clear my inventory out just a little bit here. We don't need all of this stuff on us at the moment. Search at RF Tools and look for the little green and blue cards. At RF Tools. Is it this thing here, the storage tablet? Or is it like a module for... like, is it a module for the storage tablet? Text screen module, inventory screen module, storage tablet plus, plus the correct thing. Oh, is it this one here, the storage control screen module? Is that the one I'm after? The one with like the hash on it? I'll try it. Let's give that a go. So, craft, can I use black floral powder in place of that here? I can, good stuff. Do I really not have a normal crafting table in the system here? That's something we should probably rectify, right? I'll just drop like 16 normal crafting tables in there. And then hopefully that's going to get us that. I also don't think that the storage tablet is too difficult to make. It does require 3 blocks of redstone, which thankfully at this point in time is really not that expensive. So let's just go ahead and whack 3 of those together. Like so. Give me the storage tablet. And so now, can I access this wirelessly? Is my next question. Also, could I have this? Oh, I'm missing a block of quartz. Hold on. Hold on. Block of quartz. Kapow. Speaking of quartz, I did move the quartz chicken that we had. I've set up like a new... I haven't set up an area, but I'm thinking about putting my chickens in here. You'll see I've got a quartz chicken sitting over here, producing quartz and then pumping it down into this storage drawer right here. We've got some item conduits in the back that are moving all the quartz over. And so I'm kind of thinking of filling this room around the outside. I don't know if we're going to have that many chickens, but maybe putting some chickens around the edge of this room. I feel like that could be quite cool, maybe, quite useful, especially given that the storage scanner can still reach that drawer right there. I might not go right to the back of the room because the storage scanner can't quite reach that far, but I might put some like down the front on each side here, potentially, or maybe even move it to like this side, so they're in like this front wall here. We'll see. But let's see here. So storage tablet. The storage tablet contains no storage module, so can I use this on it? Sneak right click on a storage scanner to set the target for this location. So sneak right click on a storage scanner. Storage module is set to block storage scanner. No storage module installed. How does one This tablet contains no storage module. Did that... How do I put this in, chat? Here's my following question. Craft them together? Did that... I'll try to do it in here, I guess. Oh, it works. Look at that. Storage tablet. Storage scanner module installed. Monitoring storage scanner. And then at the coordinates of my storage scanner. So now if I open this up, look at that. That is super cool, actually. The fact that I can now access... So it's essentially like a wireless crafting terminal. Maybe with a little less functionality. But that's super cool. So now I can just request and craft anything from anywhere in the world. That is really neat. That is super neat. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Infinite range as well. That is crazy. It's actually kind of overpowered a little bit, really, right? But anyway, let me see here. Do we have the alloys? We do have a couple of energetic alloys there. I'll leave the rest going. Why is my internal crafting not working? Like, that works, but my internal crafting grid here is not... It's just not working. It's just completely decided that it's not going to work today. I guess that's fine for the time being. Let's go back to alloy smelter. See about getting another one of these gears. Like so. And then now all that we're missing is probably a cauldron. I doubt we have one of those in the system. And then also, of course, this industrial machine chassis, which requires the industrial powder coating, which I'm really hoping we have. We do. We've got one more left, thankfully. And then also the simple machine chassis, which shouldn't be too hard for us to make. Good stuff. We'll throw both of those into here. And that should be a new alloy smelter for us, which is quite nice. Is there an item stuck in your inventory, in your internal inventory in the 3x3 crafting grid? I don't think so. Like, there's nothing here. From what I could see, it seems like my inventory's been a bit broken today for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but like, it does seem to be messing up quite a bit, unfortunately. But anyway, let me see here. Do I have what it takes? I think I've got everything now apart from the actual simple alloy smelter, and that is because the simple alloy smelter is currently over here in the wall. So let's go ahead and grab this guy real quick. Like just then, I'm sure I moved my pickaxe over to break it, and it just didn't seem to work correctly. Anyway. Kapow. Nice. So that gets us an alloy smelter. Yeah, see, it's moved my pickaxe back. Weirdly enough, it put it back even though I didn't move it. It seems to keep moving my inventory, which is infuriating, to say the least. This thing does require... this is done. We've got the blizz powder now. We'll come at that in a second. We do need a capacitor for this. I think for now... Do we actually have a capacitor? I think I might have like a spare one. We've got some basic capacitors, but I think for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and steal one of these capacitors just to make our machine a little bit faster. That is going to turn off our dust sifting for a minute here, but that's fine. We're not really in dire need of any sifting at the moment. That's going to go ahead and produce power and also make our lives a lot easier when it comes to actually producing things here, because now, if we wanted to, for example, go ahead and make some signalum for our signalum upgrade kit, all we need to do is put in some redstone, some copper, and some silver into the alloy smelter. My brain missed it for a second there. Into the alloy smelter, and it should hopefully be a little quicker than it was before. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, look at that. It's still not ultra fast. You know, it's not crazy fast, but it's doing quite well. It's getting there. Slowly but surely. So now we've got the blizz powder, which is good. We are going to have to go ahead and craft that, of course, still further into the cryothium dust, but thankfully that's not too hard to do, just requiring some redstone and some more of the snowballs, which we should have. I was going to say in abundance, but I'm fairly certain we'll have 16. Oh, we got 64. I thought snowballs stacked in 16. Maybe I was wrong about that. But anyway, nevertheless, we got 32 snowballs on us, which is nice. We've got a bunch of signalum. I'll leave the rest cooking up there because we're probably going to want more signalum to upgrade more machines in the future. We've already got almost 16 buckets worth of creosote. I think those hold 16 buckets again. I'm not entirely certain. I've got to learn to stop going back to the storage scanner now because I can actually use it wirelessly like this. But let's go ahead and craft up 2 cryothium dust, like so. Good stuff. And then let's go ahead and craft up an electrum gear. We might not have any electrum. Thankfully we do. Good stuff. And then a signalum upgrade kit. Nice. And then whilst we're at it, we should probably also go ahead and get ourselves an auxiliary coil, like so. So that once we put in the signalum upgrade kit into the redstone furnace, like so, we can also go ahead and pop in another one of the augments. And we're now up to 15 redstone flux per tick. It's still not crazy fast, but it's significantly faster than the creosote oil making coke oven. It's still faster than the coke oven normally is, and you can see already we've already got quite a lot in the way of creosote oil here, which is quite nice indeed. So I think what I should probably do here real quick is try and empty out most of this tank so it can start working on producing more creosote for us, and we could do that, of course, by getting just an absolute ton of treated wood. So, give me all this. Of course, I can't craft in there, but thankfully we've now got this thing in our... No, please, I would like just one of these, like that. Let's try make this work. It's a little tedious not being able to craft in your internal inventory, but nevertheless, give me a... oh my goodness, it's infuriating. Give me a crafting table, please. And then give me a crafting station. Oh boy. This is going to take some getting used to. There we go. I might have to like restart or something to see if I can see if it works, but essentially here all I want to do is just have one bucket. I can put the rest back away for the time being and just start crafting up some creosote here, right? All right, I'm going to restart. Chat, I'm going to restart my game. If that doesn't work, I'll try restarting the server. If that doesn't work, we're in trouble. But I'm not quite sure why my inventory is messing up so badly. But it is kind of making it hard to get anything done when like none of my crafts seem to work. Whenever I try and put something down, it just moves to a different point in my inventory. So we'll try and make that work. In the meantime, chat, how's life? How you doing? Isaac is broken. I am. I'm completely broken, apparently. My inventory is broken. It makes me feel crazy, because I move an item to my hotbar, and then I go to put it down, and then it's not in my hotbar, and then it kind of plays tricks on my mind, because I'm then like, did I actually move it? Did I move that to my hotbar, or did I think I moved it and didn't move it? And, oh, it gets you, man. It gets you. Fluid crafter / liquid crafter, or simple auto crafting with fluids. I don't know, like, that would probably be a useful way to do it, honestly. I guess we could. I mean, we still gotta like pump the wood in anyway, right? And I don't know. We don't need that much creosote, that much treated wood. We need quite a bit of it, but probably not so much. Did my subscription go through? It does appear that you are subscribed, my friend. If you want it to show up on the screen, you need to like refresh, and then in the chat, it should say like share your subscription. So just click share, and it'll pop up on the stream. Currently dying, coughing, nausea, stomach pain, vomit. Oh, my sympathies. Best of luck. I hope you get better soon. Life's good. Just finished tea. How's your day? Like, my day's been good. My day's been good. Wednesday's not a super busy day for me, which is nice. We recorded some. Nick and I recorded some Sky Adventures this morning. That was fun. I made some mistakes, which people are gonna have a go at me for in the comment section, but that's fine. But no, it's been pretty good so far. I'm glad I could catch a stream. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Isaac, life is strange. Life is pretty strange. It's true. I think your inventory is angry about the cobblestone EMC. The cobblestone EMC is fine. For those just joining us, we're just restarting because of some inventory issues that we were having. Hopefully they do not persist past the restart. Again, it's weird. I didn't have the issues. Like, I did quite a bit of crafting and whatnot between streams, and I had no issues. So it's weird that that's not coming through. But yeah, hopefully it's hopefully it will any second now. Isaac, do you watch anime? I don't. I feel like I should. I've had a lot of people ask me if I watch anime recently, like a surprising number of people. I've seen some animes, as in like but like mainstream stuff, right? I haven't I wouldn't say I watch anime. It's been a while. Emote's still locked, even though subscribed. Try refreshing, I guess, or if you're on like the mobile app, try like closing it and opening again. Why don't you try and make the OP machine on the server you use with Nick? I forgot the name. If you remember the name, let me know. I'll try to set it up. Isaac, are you a sportsman? Not really. I don't really follow many sports. I'm not against sports in any way, but I don't really like follow. Football's really the big one here in the UK. I don't really follow it too much. Refresh, but still locked. Weird. That is weird. That is really weird. Isaac only watches competitive pinball. It's true. I mean, man, does that exist? That sounds like my kind of deal. I do watch, I watch esports probably more than I watch regular sports. Again, I don't follow esports particularly religiously, but I do watch it occasionally.
Whoa!
There we go, Doctor Who 987.
Whoa!
Thank you very much, my friend, for the Twitch Prime subscription. 4 months in a row. Love your vids and can finally catch a stream since I don't finish work till late. Nice. Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much. Can we get some caffeine sellouts for Doctor Who? Holy heck. What are you going to do with your maths degree? That's a good question, my friend. I don't know. If you know the answer to that question, let me know. Do you play CSGO? I don't. I have not played much CSGO. I probably got like 2 hours on record, according to Steam. So no, not really. All right. Double audio? Do you have double audio? Hopefully the audio is fine. Hopefully. Okay. So first things first, can I craft in my inventory? So if I do this, oh, look at that. It totally works. All right. Okay. Give it a second for the FPS to stabilize a little bit. It was at 40 for a second there, which is not what we want. There we go. Okay. All right. That's looking better. So now that we can actually craft stuff, let me just quickly, oh, please don't do this to me. Please. Can I use my bucket? Oh, don't. Give me the bucket. Give me the, do you have to shift click that thing? Has that always been the case? Anyway, this is all it takes to make creosote. Nice and easy. I'll make treated wood even. If you do it correctly. There we go. All right. Apparently you have to shift right click to get fluids out of an open blocks tank. I feel like that didn't used to be the case, but maybe it is now. But that seems to be working just fine. We need 2 treated wood per garden cloche that we make, right? And looking down here, it would seem that we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 28 garden cloches in total. And so really all we need is like 56 treated wood, and we're actually already almost there. I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe we didn't have to set up a signalum redstone furnace with a pyrolytic conversion augment in order to get enough treated wood. I really thought this was going to take a lot more time than it did, but thankfully we are now pretty much at the point where we've got enough creosote, at least enough treated wood to make all of the garden cloches. I will go ahead and just make the final set here to take us up to a stack. So now that we've got those, the next thing that we're going to need to get if we want to actually make ourselves some garden cloches is we need to get these guys right here, the vacuum tubes. We also need the iron mechanical components here, but these are fairly easy. 4 iron and then 1 copper. The iron does need to be in plate form, but that's fairly easy to do. The hard part, or the harder part, I should say, is the vacuum tube. And the vacuum tube is made in the engineer's workbench with an engineer's blueprint for crafting components with glass, nickel plates, copper wire, and redstone. You get 3 at a time. We need 28, and so we need whatever 28 divided by 3 is, which is like 9.1 or something like that, 9.3 maybe, I don't know, but we need 10, essentially, 10 lots of this in order to get enough vacuum tubes here, and at that point we should be able to make all of our garden cloches fairly easily. Now, whether or not we're producing enough power to run 28 garden cloches is a different question. Right now we're only producing I can't remember actually, like what, 400 redstone flux? I have no idea how much redstone flux we're producing over here. Oh no, actually we're producing nearly 1,000 redstone flux over in this setup, and the new tree farming setup, while fancy, does only produce like 200 redstone flux per tick. It's actually very poor when it comes to the amount of redstone flux per tick that it produces, but it looks cool, and so I stand by it. So we need to get the engineers, if I can spell it right, engineers work table. This guy right here. It does also require treated wood, and so this is where I guess that extra little bit of treated wood that we have will come in handy, and also the extra creosote that we've got ready to go over in that open blocks tank might come in useful. So let's get a fence, and then let's get a table, And then let's get the blueprint for crafting components. Thankfully, this is one of the easier ones to make. We do not have the paper, but hopefully have the sugarcane. Really, I thought we had a lot more sugarcane than we do. Nevertheless, we should be able to get more of that fairly easily. Do I have a... I did have a weird issue where my inventory... Part of my inventory got deleted between streams, and so certain items that I did have in the past, I may no longer have. And so, like, for example, the watering can, I might have to make again if I'm going to grow up some sugarcane here real quick. But that's fine. Also, I might as well go ahead and grab some snad whilst we're at it. Always good to have when you're making sugarcane. When we're getting AE or RS, I'm not quite sure. Like, I've used... So, apparently Redstone, apparently RS, at least on the version of StoneBlock we're playing, which admittedly is an older version of StoneBlock. We're not on the newest version right now. But... Refined storage has been causing quite a lot of issues on the server, and so for the time being, nobody on the server is using refined storage. Everyone's using AE, if they're using anything. We probably will get into AE at some point, but for now, I'm just kind of enjoying using a different storage method. I use applied energistics a lot, and especially setting up applied energistics, it's all the same kind of stuff. And so, bone meal, of course, I forget. Every time, people keep telling me that you can use bone meal to grow sugarcane, and it's so ingrained in my memory that you can't use bone meal on sugarcane that I keep forgetting. But thankfully, the pack has saved me from having to do too much watering canning. And so all I have to do is just bone meal it up. Oh, look at that. It's actually so much easier. It's incredibly easy. I'm going to get quite a bit of this just so we don't have to do it in the future when we need more paper. Wait, bone meal works on sugarcane since when? Exactly, man, exactly. It's a thing. It's tweaked for this pack. I don't know if it's a mod that adds it or if it's just like a config that allows it. But in this pack... You can bone meal sugarcane, which is actually quite nice. It makes life a lot easier when it comes to making paper. You can always put sugarcane in a garden cloche. That's true, actually. Whilst we are going to set up 28 garden cloches, we might not necessarily use all of those garden cloches for making for mystical agriculture seeds. You know, quite a few of them will be for that, but it is quite possible that we use some for like sugar, maybe using some for wheat, just so we've got them ready to go if we need them. You know. So let's see here again. We need to make ourselves the engineer's blueprint. This guy right here should have everything it takes. We do good stuff. And so now let's find a place for this guy. I think for the time being, I'm probably going to put it right about there. That'll do just fine. We'll throw in the engineer's blueprint and then, oh, I've done the wrong one. I did the one. Did I do the wrong one? I do have the wrong one here. This one is for common projectiles. I need the one for crafting components. Oh, they're different. Wait. Oh, it's this one. That's bizarre. Like, it lists them. They're all the same recipe, but just ever so slightly different. I need this one right here for crafting components. There we go. Okay, so now if we put this one into the workbench, we now have what it takes to make the vacuum tubes. These guys right here. So glass, nickel plates, copper wire, and redstone copper wire made with shears and copper plates. So we're going to get to put our new hammer here to some good use. Do we have any nickel? We do indeed. We've got over 6,000 nickel, which is crazy. We've got some copper. We'll grab that as well. What else did we need there? We also needed redstone, and then finally glass. Glass, I'm pretty sure normal glass works in this scenario. I don't think it is any other kind of glass. Yeah, I think it's just standard Minecraft glass. Redstone's easy enough, and then shears we already have on us. So, I said I needed, what, 10 of these? So, 10 plates, like so. 10, I don't know if you get more copper wire per copper, but we'll get 10 copper plates, and then we'll turn all of those copper plates into copper wire. And I think, guys, that's pretty much it. We can throw in the wire, the redstone, the glass, and the plates. That gets us 30 vacuum tubes. Lovely. And then if we come back over to the storage scanner, we could go, which we don't need to do now because we've got our storage tablet, so really we can do it anywhere. But we should have, I think, everything that it takes in order to make ourselves 28 garden cloches. After we get 28 iron mechanical components, which does indeed require quite a lot of iron plates. So we'll do that first. But at that point, we should have everything we need. So give me just a couple... Again, I don't know why. That might be just like a recipe thing that it has to be in... Can I not do this? Can I not use that to make iron plates? Excuse me? Do I have to use the forge hammer from... Really? You're going to make me use the... Oh, I can do it in there to make it a little cheaper, I guess, which kind of makes sense, I guess, if it's crafting components. So I don't need quite as many. I only need a stack. I need like 2 stacks of iron there. But that does still mean I have to make the other hammer, which is a little annoying. Use a compactor for thermal machines? For what, though? Use a compactor for from thermal machines? What are we using the compactor for? Where is this hammer as well? It is this one here, the forge hammer. Nice. And then I'm fairly certain, kapow, that's going to get us 63 iron plates eventually. There we go, 64. Throw those in with copper, was it? It was, nice. I guess it's 22. We need a little bit more copper, which thankfully we've got already. Kapow. I'll take 32 of these. And then finally, after all of that, cloche. Let's get 28 garden cloches. 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Nice. Nice. Are we missing? We're missing 1 piece of treated wood to get the last garden cloche. But for now, I'm going to take these down, and they fit quite nicely into these holes here. Look at that. Boom. I think they look pretty cool as well. So all of these are going to house different seeds and grow different items down here next to our tree farm. And one of the main things that I would like them to grow are mystical agriculture crops, right? Now, to get into mystical agriculture, we need to first start by getting ourselves some inferium seeds. I think that's how it's pronounced. These guys right here. There were 6 tiers of inferium seeds. They go all the way from tier 1 up to tier 6. Tier 6 obviously being the best. The first tier here is simply made by crafting together 8 of the inferium essence with 1 vanilla Minecraft seed. And so if we just go ahead and do something like this, we should be able to make those fairly easily. Inferium, we do have 8 inferium. We don't have a whole lot of the stuff, and so we can't make that many. Ideally here, I don't think it's going to be fastest to grow these in the garden cloche. So the idea here is that eventually we're going to get something like lapis seeds, right? If we want to be able to automatically grow lapis, we could make the lapis seed, put it into a garden cloche, and then it would just, over time, on its own, grow lapis, harvest lapis, and we could pump it into like a storage drawer or something, right? Now, with the inferium seed, this is going to grow inferium, and we're going to use that inferium to then craft other seeds, right? So, for example, if we go to something easy like the water seed, this is a tier 1 seed. It requires 4 inferium to craft. If we want to craft this, we need inferium. So the idea is we need a large amount of inferium to make this happen. Also, the higher tier seeds require higher tiers of essence, and all of the higher tiers of essence are made by originally having inferium essence. And so in order to get to everything in mystical agriculture, you need inferium essence, especially if you want to get to the higher tier stuff. We're going to need an absolute butt ton of inferium essence. And so ideally, we want to get the highest tier of inferium seed possible. And to start out here, I think it's going to be fastest if we do this kind of manually, right? And by manually, what I mean is that if we go back over to our Britannia area where the water is, and we also get our acceleration wand in here. The acceleration wand, I believe, does work on crops. And so, unlike the garden cloche, which is fast, but not super fast, what we should be able to do with this is throw this down and then use the acceleration wand to rapidly get our first bunch of inferium seeds. Because if we look at the recipe here for the higher tiers of inferium seed, tier 2 requires a tier 1 seed, but then 8 prudentium essence. The prudentium is made by crafting 4 inferium around an infusion crystal, which is made with yet more inferium, some prosperity shards, and a diamond. And so essentially, we just need as much inferium as we can get our hands on. And that's kind of the goal for today's stream. We want to try and get our inferium production as high as it could possibly be. And also, Leray0409, thank you indeed, my friend, again for the extra 150 bits. I think you've done it there, is what I saw. Thank you very much indeed, my friend. Isaac, can you name one of the flute cows after me? Moo Moo? You know I can, my friend. You know I can. You want me to call it Leray or Leray0409? Here we go. Let's see. Do we have a name tag? Name. Oh, yeah, we do. Look at that. Boom. Okay, and also, do we have an anvil? I think we do, right? Yeah, nice. I'm going to clear my inventory out again a little bit. Got a bit too much stuff in there. Well, let's grab this guy. For now, we'll throw it down like around the corner here. (0409). Boom. Leray doesn't want the 0409 on there. That's fine. Which fluid cow would you like to be named? Which fluid cow would you like to be? Do you want to be the mixed light fluids, fuels? Do you want to be a normal cow? Do you want to be the water cow? Do you want to be just another standard cow? I'm going to kill this. I'm on a crusade to kill all of the evolved Endermen, but they just come back so fast. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the eyes, man. The eyes. They're enticing. Isaac, I found out the block I was trying to describe. It's the transmutation table. Oh, you're saying why don't I... Oh, choose any cow. Okay, you can be the... this guy. There you go. Leroy. You can be the mixed light fuels cow. The transmutation table. Yeah, I mean, the transmutation table in this pack is a little bit more expensive. So we don't really have the ability to make this in this pack as much as I would like it. Having played Sky Exchange with Nick, I've kind of gotten into the habit of using the condenser, and it makes life so much easier. But unfortunately, it's not really something that we have the ability to do in this pack. So at least not just yet, right? And by the time we do have the ability to do it, it's not going to matter because we're going to have so many resources that it doesn't really matter anyway. So it's a shame. Put an ender tether inside the killing field of a mob crusher. Evolved enderman will be forced to teleport into it and killed. Are they forced to teleport to an ender tether? I thought the ender tether... Oh, is it the ender tether? What am I thinking of? And I thought the ender tether stopped them teleporting away from it. I didn't realize that it like physically pulled them to it. But if it does, that's cool. That's really cool. Get out of here. I don't know what it is. So all of a sudden, I've got... So I guess it's the grass I've put down. I've put a lot of grass in the base recently. But all of a sudden, I've got so many animals that have got those big googly eyes just following me around all over the place. It's crazy. Oh, boy. But anyway, why was that crafting table like 32 by 32? That is an extreme crafting table. I think it's called the dire crafting table. Is it not called the dire crafting table? Oh, no, it's this one here. It's the extreme crafting table from... Avaritia? I don't know how you pronounce that. But it's this extreme crafting table, which is gigantic and requires a lot of stuff to craft with. But anyway, so if we wanted to, for example, now that we've got like about 30, if we go into our system, we should have like a little bit more. We've got maybe 40 Inferium Essence. What we should be able to do now is we've also got like a block of Inferium, which I think we can craft back into more Inferium Essence. We can, nice. If we want to upgrade to the next tier of seed, this one right here, we would have to get our first infusion crystal, right? Which we should be able to do. We've got a diamond, we've got some prosperity shards. I believe you get those from sifting sand, I think it is. And so now we can go ahead, we can craft that up, and we can also go ahead and craft in here, throw it in the middle, and put the Inferium Essence around the outside. We only need 8 of the next tier of essence, like so. And then if we surround a standard Inferium seed, which I'll make another one of because they're not really too hard to make. If we go and do another one of these, like so, and then we surround that with the second tier of essence, the Prudentium essence, we now have a tier 2 seed, which I think essentially just grows faster, maybe gives you more Inferium occasionally. I'm not quite sure, but I think the core benefit is maybe that it grows faster. So if we throw that down and start working with the acceleration wand, we should get... Oh, you see we got 2 there instead of 1. Maybe it gives you 2 every time instead of just the 1. Also, we do get more seeds every now and again. You'll see we got another tier 2 seed as well. Actually, I didn't know that you actually got more tier 2 seeds when that happened. That is interesting. But you can see now that it should be a lot faster for us to get even more Inferium. Now, if we want to upgrade to the 3rd tier of Inferium seed, we have to get 8 Intermedium essence. And for that, we need, I think, a higher tier of infusion crystal, maybe? Or maybe not. Or maybe not. But we do need 32 Prudentium. 32 Prudentium, of course, requiring 32 times 4 is like, what, 128 Inferium essence? And so we'd need 2 stacks of Inferium essence to upgrade this to the next tier. And so, but at that point, you know, we start getting even faster. It should hopefully spiral after that. Now, I think, although the acceleration wand is fast here, I think what might be faster is if we can potentially get one of the higher tier watering cans from Thermal Cultivation, which is a thermal expansion kind of add-on mod. Now, the highest tier, the Resonant watering can water in an 11 by 11 area. It's not quite as fast as the acceleration wand at making crops grow faster, but given that it can do 121 crops at a time, it should be faster. Now, unfortunately, this thing is quite expensive, but I think we might actually be able to make this happen. You can put the seeds in the cloches until you have all the cloches full. That's also true. That's also true. It is... yeah, it might also just be a better idea to put them in our garden cloches. and then not have to manually water them. That's fair. And it also gives us a chance to actually set up all the garden cloches, because the garden cloches do also require an unlimited source of water being pumped into them in order for them to continually work. So let's just clear our inventory out a smidge here. Again, I don't know why I keep coming back to the storage can. I've got this thing in my inventory here, but let's head down. And what we're probably going to want to do here is get some sinks from cooking for blockheads. Now, I'm not quite sure. We could probably get away with one sink, but I think what I'll probably do here is get 4 sinks and put 1 on each side, and then pull from each individual sink up and into each garden cloche. I think you can pump into the bottom. If not, we could always pump into the back. We do also need to provide power to every single one of these garden cloches as well, and so I think what we'll probably do there is use the energy conduits from Ender.io so that we can hide them inside of these chiseled stone blocks that are already in it. So let's go back in here. Let's see. Do we have what it takes to make a couple of sinks? We probably don't, simply due to the fact that we don't have that much clay. Do we have... Did I cook up some bricks earlier? Or did I cook up some terracotta? I didn't. Okay, so terracotta is just smelted clay, right? It is. Now, we don't have much clay. And I think I did mention before that we should probably get a clay chicken, right? Because we need a lot of clay, and clay's a little tedious to make. So what do we need here to get like a clay egg or a clay chicken? It would seem that we breed together a snowball and a sand chicken. A sand chicken is just craftable. And then the snowball chicken is a lapis and a log chicken. Lapis is also craftable. It's a blue chicken egg. Because I would very much so like to get this, right? And we haven't actually done any chicken breeding yet. Outside of breeding chickens together to make better chickens, we haven't actually done any chicken breeding to get better chickens. Dirt and water seeds. Dirt and water seeds could also work to craft clay. Let's have a look. You can craft 2 water essence with 2 dirt essence. How expensive are these seeds? They're actually fairly easy to make. The dirt seeds at least, and then the water seeds are also pretty easy to make. So yeah, you know what? We'll stick with the mystical agriculture theme of today. But then again, we do also need the... Oh, that's fine. We can make that happen. Light_K, thank you very much indeed, my friend, for the Twitch Prime subscription. That's support me to a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Can we get some caffeine sellouts for Light_K? Thank you very much indeed, man. Means a lot. All right. Do we have a shovel of any kind? We do. Nice. So I'm just going to clear out a little bit of this area under here so that we can make room for our fluid conduits. Also, RGBRG. RGBRG. That is a fantastic Twitch username, my friend. Thank you for supporting the channel by using your Twitch Prime subscription here, and also thank you for having a fantastic name. It's a good time to remind everybody else as well, actually, that if you do have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime by default. You just need to link your Twitch account to your Amazon account, and then you get 1 free subscription every month thanks to Twitch Prime, and you can click the little subscribe button at the top, and it'll let you know if you can use your free subscription, just like Ozone Man 42, who has also just used his Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much indeed, my friend, for the support. It means a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Can we get some more caffeine sellouts? Oh my goodness. Poozlius? Poozilus? It might be how that's pronounced. Thank you very much indeed, my friend, as well, for the Twitch Prime subscription. The support means a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Can we get some caffeine sellouts for Poozilus? Poozlius? It's not Xylus, because the I is after the L. Poozlius? Poozlius? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also, the Danish editor, finally, congratulations, my friend, on receiving a gift sub from Leeway0409. Holy heck. How many is that in a row? I think that's your first... Or how many subscriptions is that in a row? That's like too many. I don't know, like 5, 6? Holy heck. Holy heck. Okay, I didn't make the sink. Let me make the sink real quick. And then let's start pumping this liquid out. I don't know if we've got a bucket of water. We do not. That is fine. I should probably set up an unlimited source of water. Actually, no. Once we've got the first sink, we will have an unlimited source of water. We do have water here, actually. You know what? I'm going to be a little cheeky and just grab that one real quick and use it to make our first sink. Because as soon as we've got the sink, we can then put it down and use it to get the water back and just place it back where it was. So this is the middle. But I think what I'll do is I'll place the sink just off like that. We're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter. And then let me just quickly place this back down. And then Leeway0409 just subscribed with a gift sub. Did you gift a sub to somebody else before you subscribed? Might as well sub... You gifted the sub to Danish before you subscribed yourself. That's dedication right there. But thank you very much, D-Man, for the support. It means a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Holy heck, can we get some caffeine sellouts? All right, we need fluid conduits. I think it's going to be the easiest way for us to do this. The pressurized fluid conduits requiring fused glass and some conduit binder. I really thought we still had some fused quartz there. Apparently, we do not. Fused quartz. What is the easiest way for us to make this? I think it's just like, yeah, nether quartz in the alloy smelter. Thankfully, now we've got a faster alloy smelter thanks to our efforts earlier in the stream. And we also, of course, have the nether quartz chicken pumping away over here in the colossal chest room. And so all we really need to do is just take all of that and put it into our alloy smelter. And that should hopefully make getting the a large amount of fluid conduits fairly easy for us, which is quite nice. So we'll take all these out. We don't really need that much signalum, but that's fine. Let's dump most of this stuff back in the system, especially now that we've got a wireless way to craft. We really don't need to carry around much of this stuff with us at all because we can just request it so easily. But nevertheless, fused quartz, good to go. Let's get some fluid conduits, like so. I think we've got a fair amount of conduit binder, and so we shouldn't run out of that anytime soon, I don't think. But for now, we'll come back over here, and we will connect all of these up. I'm just going to do this one to test real quick. If we set this to extract, active without signal, and we set this one to insert only, that should begin to fill the tank there with water. It does, good stuff. And then we just need to do something like that. I think by default, they might... They're set to both insert and extract. Oh, of course, we need to... I think you could fix this with like a Yeta wrench, right? Like if I do that, nice. That does go ahead and connect up. And so now all of these are receiving water just fine. We'll do the exact same on the other side here. Like so. Again, we could probably get away with just the one sink, honestly. It produced, like, it's got so much water that it might even be able to provide water to all of these. I think at that point, the only limiting factor would be the fluid conduits. These fluid conduits can extract 100 millibuckets per tick. And so if we were trying to connect all of them together, given that this like extraction point can only pull out 100 millibuckets per tick, that would be the limiting factor there, I think. So, by the way, the top tier water conduits produce less lag. Really, the ender fluid conduits? What's the difference there between those two conduits? I mean, like, the vibrant alloy isn't that hard to make. It's actually surprisingly easy to make, and so honestly, they can extract 200. It's not crazy fast. Allows multiple fluid to be transported at the same time. I think this is fine, honestly. Like, this is fine. Hey, Talonbreck, welcome, man. How's it going? Top tier conduits act like item conduits, not pipes. Okay. I think it's okay. We're in our own zone on the server now, and so we shouldn't really be causing that much lag anyway, hopefully. So we should be fine. The next thing, of course, is setting up all of the power conduits along the top there. Do we have any energy conduits? We do not. Thankfully, they are fairly easy to make. I think. They are, yeah. And hopefully we've got some conductive iron. Oh, we don't. Really? That's fine. We can make some more really easily. I'll take a stack of iron and a stack of redstone, throw that into our induction smelter. I might even go as far as to upgrade our induction smelter at this point as well. Right now, it's still only got the hardened upgrade kit on there, and so we can probably go ahead and make a reinforced upgrade kit real quick if we get a silver gear. And then we've also almost certainly got what it takes, if I just quickly replace that hardened glass there, we've almost certainly got what it takes to make the signalum upgrade as well, so we can make our induction furnace quite quick. I don't know if it's necessary, like it's pretty fast already. We'll throw another speed augment in there just to boost it even further. Nice. 120 redstone flux per tick. This is probably fine for now. We probably don't need to waste our signalum and our liquid XP and all that good stuff on making this even faster, right? Why didn't you use liquid lasers? The liquid lasers are more expensive and more tedious. The setup is the reason that I didn't use the liquid lasers for the garden cloches. If we were just going to do one garden cloche, I would go with the liquid laser. But given that we've got 28 of those garden cloches, I feel like the liquid lasers just kind of make no sense in that situation. Like, they seem excessive, right? And then do we have... So we're all out of conduit binder. Between sessions, I did go ahead and add all of these storage drawers to the storage scanner, and so you'll notice now that when I search sand, we've got 4,000 sand, and if I search gravel, we've got 3,000 gravel in the system, and so making more of the conduit binder here really shouldn't be all too hard. Leeway0409 again with another channel gift sub to the Gaming Droid 9000. Congratulations, Droid. You've received yet another gift sub to the channel. You can drop those emotes in the Twitch chat again. Holy heck, can we get some caffeine shoutouts as well for Lee Ray dropping yet another gift sub? Holy heck. Actually, we've only got 92 conduit binder, but if we want to make more, we could, because we've got just so much sand and gravel. We are missing clay, but again, we're going to work on that in just a second here. But all I'm thinking is that we're going to need to get quite a few of these conduit facades here. Really, I'm going to make as many as I can, which I don't think is too many. 11, I don't think is going to be enough to cover the full line. I don't think. But we can always make more if it needs to be, right? Maybe? Let's see. So I'm going to grab one of these pieces of stone here as kind of like an example of what we, an example for our painting machine. We'll throw that in. Let that start painting all of those up whilst we work on other stuff. Whilst that's doing that, let's go put down all the energy conduits, shall we? So we can start providing power to all of these machines. So we have to start by getting rid of pretty much all of this chiseled stone here. But that's fine. And then we're probably going to want to make another flux point slash flux plug. I always forget which one's which. Let me see here. Do I have one of them in the system? We've got a flux plug. What does the flux plug do? Flux plug. One of them adds to the system, and one of them takes away from the system. Flux plug. So we've got a flux plug for adding energy into a flux network. So I think the flux plug is the one we put on the generator. The flux point, which is the one we don't have, but we should be able to make, is the one that then allows you to pull power out and then removes it from the system. Yeah, okay. So I think this is what we need. Give me like 8 blocks of redstone, just because we need them for everything, apparently, and never have them. We also do not have any more flux cores. Probably don't have any Eyes of Ender. No, we do not. I don't want to make these in bulk, so I don't think we have that many Ender Pearls. We don't. We've got 9 left. We are really going to have to up our game with that mob spawner fairly soon here, but again, that is on my list of things that I want to get done, maybe even in today's stream, so hopefully Ender Pearls will not be a problem for too long. And so for now, we'll go ahead. We'll hide this like in the wall, like here. We'll put it there. We'll set it to the GamingOnCaffeine network, stink cheese, and then we will also run all the energy conduits from those across and to all of our garden cloches. Like so. Nice. So now all of these should receive power. Maybe I'll start with the... why is that not receiving... Oh, no, it is receiving power. Nice. They are filling up. Just in a weird way where they're not full and then they are full. Not full. Bang, are full. Not full, bang, full. Bang. And that one's half full. Wow, that one's the outlier there, but there we go. That one's all set up. And so now all we need is, what, 1, 2, what we got, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need like 14 conduit facades to make this work, so we're almost at the right amount. Again, we're not going to be able to do it just yet because we don't have the clay, but what we can do is, using some of that inferior essence that we already have, we should be able to make fairly easily the water seeds and also the dirt seeds, which we're going to put in these garden cloches to hopefully speed the process up just a little bit. So we're going to need 4 buckets for the water seeds. I've got to remember that. With this thing, it's weird. You type in the search bar for something like bucket, and then if you click on the JEI search bar, it doesn't actually move the cursor. It looks like it does, because now the flashing little cursor icon is there, but if you start typing, it's still in the storage scanner. What you have to do is you have to click out of the storage scanner into your inventory and then click into JEI. It's a little tedious. I don't know why it works that way, but that's why, if you're wondering, sometimes I type in here and then I keep typing in here. It's because it doesn't move over intuitively. But Guy as well, thank you very much indeed for the tier 2 subscription for 3 months in a row. Holy heck, guys, the support today has been insane. What is going on? Jeez. Isaac, check your new Patreon pledge. Do I have a new Patreon pledge? Thank you very much indeed to whoever's pledged on Patreon. If I do, I will check that after the stream is over and add people to the whitelist accordingly. But turn caps lock off, shall we, real quick. What was I after here? I was looking to make another bucket, which really shouldn't be too hard for us to do. Good stuff. And then if we want to get a water seed, we need to go ahead and fill up all 4 of our buckets with water, which is very easily done now because, of course, we have ourselves the sink, which is a very overpowered unlimited source of water, and I love it. And now we should be able to go ahead and craft up this guy right here as soon as we craft up the tier 1 crafting seed, which does also require the base crafting seed, which requires more of those prosperity shards. I'm actually not quite sure how many prosperity shards we have. Not that many, actually. How do we get prosperity shards? What do we need to sift? Is it sand? I think it might be sand. It is sand, and sand's the thing that we've been sifting the least of. So we don't actually have that many prosperity shards. That is something that we do need to bear in mind. But also, Gab Guy with a further 1,000 bits on top of that tier 2 subscription. Holy balls! Flipping heck, man. Thank you very much indeed. Can we get just a ton of caffeine sellouts for Gab Guy with the 1,000 bit cheer there with the party 1,000 bit emo? What do they call those? I forget. Like the animated bit emoji. That's awesome. Thank you very much indeed, my friend. Means a whole heck of a lot. It's not really overpowered considering 2 blocks of water give you infinite water. Yeah, but I mean, like, given how cheap it is, there are other, like, things in the game that provide limited water that cost more than that. You know, the sink's just very cheap for what it does, I think, personally. You know, like 2 blocks of water does give you the unlimited water, but it doesn't automatically pump, right? It's hard to kind of get that water out automatically. But Anyway, we did do quest. Yeah, we completed another quest, though, which is nice. But anyway, let's go ahead and craft up a tier 1 crafting seed, like so, and then get our water seed, like so. And so now, if we put that into our garden cloche, it does also require that you have dirt in there as well. And so I will, of course, grab some dirt, throw a piece in the bottom, and what it should do is it's slowly but surely going to run down on the fertilizer there, and if you look inside, you'll see that it's actually growing up faster than it would normally, so it does grow all of its items faster than they would normally grow, just kind of on tilled dirt. Still not super fast, like it's not crazy fast or anything like that, but it's faster. And you'll see there we do have our first bit of water essence. And so ideally, what we're going to do, we're going to have a full downstairs area here, full of garden cloches, all producing different essences, which can all then be crafted into different things. You know, we can have lapis automated by garden cloche, redstone, iron, draconium, all kinds of stuff, as well as simple things like the water essence and the dirt essence, which you can craft up to make clay, which is exactly what we're going to do. So let me see here real quick if I can't also get a dirt seed. Does require another one of those base crafting seeds, along with some more inferium essence, and then a bunch of dirt and inferium, like so. We'll throw that in, exact same setup, inferium seed with dirt. That should go ahead and start to produce quite a bit of dirt essence. And I think what we probably want to do is get some storage drawers, which are just called drawers, and throw those down. I think they can auto output, although I could be wrong on that. I guess I'm about to find out if I'm right on that or not. But if I put a drawer right there, does that auto output? It doesn't, which is slightly annoying. Oh no, they output from the upper slot, right? Give me a second. Give me a second. They output, somewhat annoyingly, they output from this slot here. Yeah, so that works. I don't think that looks great compared to like not having those there. I don't think it looks as good, but it's practical and it works. And you can see now we can go ahead and just cover all of those up and still have the lovely connected texture, which is nice. And if we've got enough essence in here, I will go ahead and lock these real quick. But if we've got enough water and dirt essence, we should be able to go ahead and craft up a little bit of clay. Like so. Look at that, 24 clay. It actually gets you a surprising amount as well, which I am very happy about. We can then, of course, use that to make some more conduit binder, like so. We need the conduit, what's this called? Conduit composite, or binder composite even. We'll make as much of that as we can, about a stack. And then if we throw that into our diamond furnaces, that should very quickly smelt up into some more conduit facades, which we can then go ahead and use to cover up yet more of our pipes, which is quite nice. And so, essentially, guys, between streams, I'm going to go and do the same thing here to all of these, you know? I'll probably spend a bit of time between streams upgrading our inferium seed, you know, so just using the acceleration wand, just go AFK and let, you know, use our power to get as much inferium as we can, upgrade the inferium seed to a tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, maybe tier 6, although that's a lot of inferium to get done. I guess what we can do to get the ball rolling at least is if we grab the inferium seed that we already have, we can just throw that in the system. Did we not have a... Oh no, our tier 2 inferium seeds are over here, right? We can take these and put them into a garden cloche just so that they are, like, more inferium is being made as we wait, which is quite nice. If you want the drawers on the bottom, use dropper conveyors on top of storage drawers on the bottom. You mean like put a... Let's have a look at this. Dropper conveyor. This thing? Oh, you mean the... I think I know what you mean. You mean like these ones here, right? This conveyor belt? You mean put that coming out of the thing? I don't know if that's going to look any better, but I'll try it. Because I'm interested. I don't use the conveyor belts anywhere near enough. And so I'm intrigued about trying this. We don't have any conveyor belts, but should be able to make some, hopefully fairly easily. How do we make... Have we been making leather in a basin? Is that how we've been doing that? Like up until now, have I been using this basin here? We should really look at getting some kind of like actual animal farm so that we don't have to resort to putting rotten flesh into a drying basin like this. If we can get like just a cow farm running, just a standard cow farm, sheep farm, pig farm, all that kind of stuff, that would make life a little easier. But yeah, this is a bit tedious. Flashbacks to Fullcraft 3. Yeah, the Fullcraft 3 conveyor belt setup never really took off, did it? It kind of flopped on arrival, which is a shame. I feel like it could have been interesting, to say the least. But yeah, let's give this a go. I'm not convinced that it's going to look any better, but I'm willing to give it a try. You could make the mechanical basing to automate it. Really? Mechanical drying basing for drying items and fluids using energy. Ooh, I'm intrigued about that. Yeah, let's give this a go, shall we? I'll do it with the dirt one because the dirt one's probably got less essence in it at this point. But so do we want this to just? Is the idea being that we put this here and we have this not like that, but the other way around? Does that work? How? Oh, that does work. And that actually does look better. You know what? I'm sold. I don't know why I was so pessimistic about this not looking better. I think that actually does look better because it means that there's not just like a storage drawer just floating up in the sky, right? It's slightly lower down. I dig this. I think this is better. Always listen to Droid. You know what? Maybe I should listen more often than I do. All right, let's get another one of those then real quick. Thankfully, they're not too hard to make with the, especially once you've already got the conveyor belts, which we do. Conveyor belts. Give me another iron trap door. And then give me another droppy conveyor belt. Nice. That's cool. There we go. Nice. It might be a bit more laggy in that it does show the item very, very briefly, like it adds it into the world real quick, but I dig it. I really like it. I think that could look cool, especially once we've got like a room full of them, you know, with storage drawers in front of every single one of these garden cloches and then just like little conveyor belts pulling all the stuff out as they go. I really like that. That looks really cool. I like it. So I'll throw down the dirt again for now, covering up these here, because we don't really need to work with anything under there anymore. We've got all of the fluid pipes already set up and ready to go. So we'll just recover all of this like so. And obviously the grass will hopefully spread back over to that fairly soon. And like I said, between sessions, I will go ahead and cover up everything else and add to all of the rest of the garden cloches. Or at least I'll set them all up so they're all ready to be used. You know, I'll put in all of the sinks. I'll put in all of the fluid conduits and set them all up ready to go. We probably won't have enough like seeds to fill them all just yet, but slowly over time we'll kind of fill them up as we expand out and as we craft more stuff. For now though, temporarily, I would like to finish off the little system that we're working on by grabbing some more of these conduit facades just so we can cover up that last little bit over there. So let me quickly run over to the painting machine and we'll cover that up. And then the next thing that I think I want to work on is fixing up the... Oh, actually, no. I was going to say fixing up this thing here, because you'll notice that the tree farm generator thing is still not working. The leaf eating generator system is currently offline. But before we get to that, the next thing that I want to work on is I would like to set up some multi-blocks from environmental tech. Specifically, I'm looking to get the void resource miner. But in order to get the void resource miner, we don't need the void ore miner. I think you can make the void resource miner without the void ore miner, but especially if you want to upgrade the void resource miner to other tiers, you do need the void ore miner, because the erodium and the cryonite and the palladium and the ironite, all of those things are mined using the void ore miner. So we need to get that thing as well as the void resource miner. So we'll go ahead and probably make both. Also, Blee3, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Blee300, thank you very much indeed, my friend, for the Twitch Prime subscription. This support means a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Can we get some caffeine sellouts for briefly? Feel free to tell me as well, anybody, if I mispronounce your name, because I almost certainly do. I mispronounce regular English words, so if I mispronounce your Twitch name, feel free to let me know. It is somewhat difficult sometimes because it's always like lowercase with no capitalization or spacing, so I do often mispronounce those, but thank you very much, my friend. So we'll start out with the void ore miner, just because that's kind of the one that we need in order to get some of the higher tier ore miners. And to make this thing, we need 1 block of diamonds, pretty expensive, but nothing we can't handle. 1 diode, which is made of glass, redstone, and an iron ingot, easy enough. 2 interconnect, which is made with 4 connectors, which are made from iron and redstone, as well as a modifier connector, which is made with, you guessed it, more iron, redstone, and this time black concrete powder, which thankfully we can make with sand, gravel, and black dye. As I showed a minute ago, we've got a ton of sand, a ton of gravel, and we've also got quite a bit of black dye, thankfully, from Britannia. This stuff right here, we got 130 floral black powder, and then finally, the last thing that we need here is 4 blocks of litherite. Litherite is the first tier of crystal, and you can craft it by crafting together 2 green dye, 2 lime dye, 4 flint, and then 1 diamond, and that gets you 4 litherite crystals. Once you've actually got a void ore miner up and running, you can get it by mining with the void ore miner, but you do have to mine the first few. You do have to make the first few through crafting. And also, Miss J. Ree, holy heck, with another 5 tier 1 gift subs, taking her up to 8. Sorry, 10. I don't know, 5 plus 5 equals 8, apparently. 10 gift subs today alone. Holy heck, congratulations to Volley Polly, I think is how it's pronounced. G Mizzle 87, Razor 2143, Shadow Wolf 5150, and Data 002. Congratulations to all of you for the tier 1 subscription. Also, can we get some caffeine sellouts? Just a ton of them for Miss Jerry as well. Holy heck. Guys, give me a holy heck. What the heck, guys? 5 plus 5 equals 8. Math with Isaac. Yeah, don't worry about it. I've got the math covered. I got it covered. Don't you worry, guys. Don't you worry. Oh boy. Yeah, we're an all-time high for sub points. That's crazy. That is crazy. We're a little ways off still the next emote slot, which is like 18 subs away, but still, that's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, you have to make the first set of litherite crystals. Thankfully, getting green dye and lime dye in abundance should be pretty easy, again, thanks to the fact that we can do it with those Britannia petals. And so, I think the first thing that we'll probably do here, let's go back to the void ore miner. First thing we'll probably do is, let's craft up the little things that we need here. Block of diamonds. First little thing we need, throw that back in. We also need the diode, another little thing that's fairly easy, throw that back in. We also need some form of laser lens. I think it's going to be easiest if we just make the simple one, the clear one, this one here with just some glass. Like so. Throw that back in. And then now is the more complicated stuff, right? The interconnect, which again, shouldn't really be too hard. Concrete powder, again, easy enough. I'm going to make quite a bit of this because we need an absolute butt ton of this stuff throughout the course of the environmental tech mod. And so let's just quickly replace that ink sac with floor black powder and then just request like a stack of the black concrete powder there real quick. That should allow us, hopefully, oh my goodness. My Twitch chat just, it just exploded. Miss J. Ray gifting out 20 more tier 1 gift subscriptions, taking the total to 30. Congratulations to the Hypercrafter, Reslav, Booger Bomb 01, Super Mario 219, Big Boy Lenny, Gabriel Foster, Exelius Rad 41, Grovert 11, Mommy Nikki 28, Ranquil, Braveheart 86, Z-Clack with an exclamation mark, no, without the exclamation mark, Goldie Runs, Legion Killer, Chris6787, Mr. Lamp, who I thought was already a subscriber, but maybe I was wrong, Bayundra, Mr. Thursday, and Tell X Tail X Raven. Boy, what the heck? Now you're right. We're not 18 away anymore. Now we've got the new emote slot, so I can upload. I think I've got 2 free emote slots now, so I need to go and get some more emotes so we can drop those in. Jeez, how many subs do we need now? Well, now we're 23 away from yet another emote slot. Jeez. Holy heck. Just don't stop with the caffeine sellouts. Just keep putting them in while Nick keeps saying whoa in the background. Jeez. Oh my goodness. You are far too generous. You're a crazy person, but you are far too generous as well. Holy heck. I can finally do this. Oh my goodness. If you keep this up, Nick's going to lose his voice. It's true. I have him just under the desk whenever people subscribe. Oh. That is insane. That is actually crazy. Oh gosh, what do I need here? I need green. I need floral green petals as well as lime. I think are the ones I need here. Yeah, I'll take both of those. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, it's been a crazy stream, guys. Oh my goodness. That noise. I don't know how that's going to go on for a while. I think Braveheart. I think we're somewhere in the middle of the pack, so I think we've got a while to go before the woes stop coming. Jeez. So do you kick him since he's under the desk whenever someone subscribes? Yeah, whenever it comes up in the Twitch chat, I just give him a quick kick. He asked if he could just have the Twitch chat open, but I said, no, that's not how this is going to go down. Okay, that's not how this works. You stay under the desk. Is there a range on this thing? Oh, is this just not, oh yes, my inventory messing up again. That's fine. Get rid of some stuff here to make some space. Oh, we should discuss some new emotes. Yeah, I need ideas for new emotes, honestly, because, yeah, we've got the 2 emote slots available. We're ready to go now. So, if you've got new emote ideas, let me know. Any new stuff you want spamming in the Twitch chat. Make a caffeine coffee emote? We had a caffeine coffee emote and no one used it, so we got rid of it. I could re-add it, like I have it still. The reason I got rid of it before was to make room for other emotes. But I could re-add it. Potentially. Where did all that, oh there they are, nice. Could always add a Nick emote, that's true as well, yeah. It could be a Nick emote. I don't know what it looked like I don't know what Nick would be doing in the emote. But we could. There's Mr. Toast, eh? Also give us back the turkey. I do need to re-upload the turkey emote. That's true. I need to move it back down the pipeline, right? And also Miss J Ray there. I don't know if she's gonna come up. There she is. Also, I think just upgraded her subscription to a tier 3 subscription. Because I think they were tier 1 before, but thank you. You are insane. Thank you very much indeed for the support. That means a whole heck of a lot. And also just puts us crazy close to, Did you win the lottery yesterday? Is that what happened here? They gifted 5... Oh no, this is Leray Zero. There's so many. They're a similar name. There's Miss J Ree, and then there's Leray 0409. Leray is also gifted another 5 tier 1 gift subs, taking their total up to 7 for today, which is also crazy. Congratulations to Warza, Dagan the King, Santiago Mongo. I think it's like, yeah, that's right. And then Tentacle Guy, as well as Jepson_DK. Congratulations to all of you as well for receiving the gift subs. All the viewers will be subs. I know, right? There's been like 40 subs today, and there are like 90 people watching. It's like the math can't go on like this. There aren't enough people in the Twitch chat to give subs to. Oh my goodness. What the heck? You get a sub. You get a sub. Everybody gets a sub. Exactly. Holy heck. All right, I think that should be enough. And we'll move over to lime now, shall we? Start making the lime green dye real quick. Boy. Oh my goodness. So we're now 12 away from a third free emote slot. Oh, yikes. That is insane. Actually insane. I'm lost for words. We're trying to tell you should stream more often. Jeez. Maybe I should. I want to stream more often. Like, I honestly do. The reason why we haven't streamed as much recently, especially like I wanted to stream more StoneBlock. We've had a lot of issues with the StoneBlock server, as people in the Discord who are part of the Discord will probably know. We've had a lot of StoneBlock issues. And when the StoneBlock server's not working, I can't stream on it. You know, and so there's been multiple times I've been trying to fix the StoneBlock server, but can't fix it because can't play it because it's broken. Miss J Ray, I hope I'm pronouncing that right as well. Miss J Ray or Miss J Ree. I don't know how you want that pronouncing. Let me know. But did gift another 10 gift subs, taking their total to 40. 40 gift subs today. One Advocate, Admiral Alkex, Skyburns, Commodore _Aperture, maybe? Red Blood Puma, Ratmust, Demetrius M, Thomas SM 2202, And iPals, iPazal, also Musililito. Congratulations, all of you people who I probably mispronounced the name of, for receiving gift subscriptions. Congratulations. And then also, Leray09 gifting 5 more tier 1 gifts. What is happening? Like, actually, what is happening? What is going on? Congratulations on receiving on the 5 extra gift subs to Norite, Kim Kaya, the Twitch chat's moving too fast. I can't read the names. Tramas, iCat, and the crazy Rikwaze. Congratulations to all of you. Oh boy. Well, so we got the extra. We got we got the new sub slot. We passed the points. We now have 3 new sub slots available. Oh, been yelling for like 30 minutes now. I know Nick's voice. He's just a man. He's a poor man trying to keep his voice safe. You broke Isaac. You did. Like I don't understand what is happening. Gave him the hardest names ever. I know. I feel like the more gift subs they got, I feel like the bot that decides who gets a gift sub, you know, the impartial. I imagine there's a person at Twitch behind the desk who decides who gets the gift subs when they go out. And I think that the more gift subs they give out, the harder the names become to try and make it more difficult to thank the people. But hopefully that sub noise is not too loud, by the way. Is it too loud? If it is, I can turn it down. Because it is going on quite a bit now. I'll bring it down just a little bit. Holy heck. Well. I have to keep looking at the Twitch chat whenever I hear the sound in case somebody else subscribed. Which you can do for free with Twitch Prime. Hashtag caffeine sellout. I think we've legit nearly doubled the number of subscribers we have today. Like, that's insane. The rest of the stream is just Nick saying, well, I don't even know. Is it done? Is it over? Are we free? I think it's over. I think it's all caught up. Oh boy. I don't even, that was like what, 30 minutes of just straight, just Nick sounds? Jeez. The gifts start by active chatters, so the longer it goes, the less names you'll recognize. Yeah, I think that is the case. I think Twitch chat does go for, like, the bot does go for the people who are like are more active in the Twitch chat, or who watch more often, potentially. Okay, it's over. We're free. All right. Well, thank you very much to Leray0409 and also to Miss Jerry as well. You've both been way too generous today with the gift subs. The support means a whole heck of a lot, but you are crazy people as well. But thank you for being my crazy people. Apparently. Oh, okay. So. Now that that's done, we've got a ton of mystical green petals, as well as quite a lot of mystical lime petals. So, what we should be able to do here is craft those up with our pestle and mortar, like we've done before, to get a bunch of green dye, as well as a bunch of lime dye. So we'll do that with green and lime, like so. That's going to make getting these crystals here, these litherite crystals, hopefully fairly easy. Litherite crystals. So we need 4 blocks to start with here. So actually we only need like, what, 4 lots of this for it to work. So 1, 2, oh no, yeah, this will work. We just need to replace those with these. Like so. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough to get the void ore miner. I think we probably want to get another 4 going for the void resource miner. Apparently we don't have enough of something. Is it flint? No, we got enough flint. We should also have enough diamonds, right? Yeah, we got 335 diamonds, which is kind of crazy. What am I missing there then? What did I not get? Oh, it's because I clicked 4 and it makes 4. So, oh, I see the problem. Are these made like so, or are these made? They're not this, are they? Oh, you need 9 of them every time. Oh boy, that makes that much more expensive in that case. Oh, okay, in that case then let's go ahead and get like quite a lot more of these, because I need 8 blocks. I really thought you could do this Oh, there we go. We got 8 blocks there. Nice. I really thought that was only a 2x2 crafting recipe, but nevertheless, now we've got that, we should be able to make the void ore miner fairly easily. No? Oh, I'm missing the interconnect, of course. We only got partway through that, right? We need to get some of this. Again, I'll make quite a bit because we do need quite a lot of this for multiple different blocks when it comes to setting up the void ore miner. And then also the modifier component does require blocks of iron, which we currently, I don't think, have many of, so we'll go ahead and craft up a few of those, craft up some more of these, now that we've got all that black concrete, and then if we go, boom, grab a few of those, and boom, we get ourselves our first void ore miner. Nice. And now hopefully we've also got what it takes to make the void resource miner. This guy right here, maybe? Yes. It needs obsidian. It also needs more interconnect, which we don't have just yet, so I'll go ahead and make 2 more of those, and kapow. Void resource miner also almost done. We just need to get the diode as well as freeing a bit of inventory space up here so we can make ourselves the pipe. Again, better off going for the one that's just glass as it is cheaper, and kapow. Nice. Also, I think you have to start with one that's glass, but nevertheless, that's got us the void ore miner and the void resource miner. However, these are both multi-block structures, right? And so to get these up and running, we actually need multiple blocks to make it work. Now, if I type in guide into JEI here, we can get the digital guide from Environmental Tech. Easy enough to make. It's a book and a litherite crystal. Thankfully, we have litherite crystals lying around. And if we take a peek in here, I'm fairly certain this will tell me what we need in order to set up our tier 1 void ore miner. So, the first tier here, does it tell me here? I thought it would. Void ore miners mine ores from the void. These miners can use large amounts of energy when modified. I really thought this told me how many common requirements. Does it not tell you in the, if you boop the controller with an assembler, it puts what you did in chat? Oh, really? Normally I just go to the wiki to make it work, but apparently that is no longer the case. The assembler, again, not too hard to make, so we'll go ahead and grab one of those real quick. So what I'm thinking, for now I'll put this down here just so I can get an idea of what I need. We're obviously not going to build it here, but if I do this, oh, try that again. Does it tell me what I need? Oh, you left click. Okay, right clicking tells you what it is and how much redstone flux per tick it's going to use. So this thing will use 660 redstone flux per tick, which is quite a lot. We don't really have that much just yet, so we might have to make some adjustments to our power setup, especially if we're going to have both of these, because this thing, I think, also uses, oh, it uses a lot less, 160. But between them, they're using, what, 820 redstone flux per tick, which is about as much power as we're producing over here. So we are going to want to up our power game pretty soon. But if you left click, it gives you an idea. So for this one, we need 24 structure frames. I think this is the same. Right? I think both of these require the same amount. So yeah, both require 24 structure frames. So we need 48 structure frames, as well as, I think, 40 structure panel. And then I think they also require, yeah, the same thing. So 4 laser cores, and then 1 laser lens, 2 laser lenses, I guess, of any kind. So we need quite a lot of stuff, right? Specifically, 48 structure frame is the first thing we need. Now, there are multiple tiers of structure frame, depending on which tier of void ore miner or void resource miner you set up. We're using tier 1 right now, and so we need to get 48 of these tier 1 structure frames. These require iron, lapis, more of those litherite crystals, which are quite expensive, and then interconnect. So we need 48 interconnect, 96 litherite crystals. Holy heck, that could prove fairly expensive, especially given that the litherite crystals require so many diamonds. Thankfully, we do now have, like, what was it, over 300 diamonds, and so, well, we're down to just under 300 now, but hopefully we should be able to do that fairly easily. So, tier, click out of here like that, tier 1 structure frame. All right. First things first, if we're going to get, oh boy, I need what? Did I say 48 of these? Which means 48 of these, which means like 160 of these. That's a lot. This is where auto crafting would come in very useful. How are we doing on redstone, actually? We got 1,000. We might start to hit a bit of a redstone limit. Like, we might run into issues with not having enough redstone fairly soon, potentially. Maybe. I don't think we're going to run out of sand or gravel. We might run out of floral black powder, but again, we can make more of that fairly easily. Britannia is a lifesaver of a mod. Well, no, we definitely won't run out of this. We can make so many. You make 8 at a time, so we can make like 800 black concrete powder before we run out. So I think we should be okay here. If you click the X, you can craft a stack. Oh, really? Oh, that's super nice to know. I actually had no idea that was the case, but that is good to know. So I will do the same thing here then. I'll craft like 2 stacks of these if I can. I'll craft as many as we can, I guess. And then give me like a stack of those. if possible. Nice, 60. Okay, so that's more than we need, right? We only needed 48 of those. So that's that done. We then need 96 litherite crystals. So let's see if we got what it takes to make those. Again, I need to replace the dies because it doesn't like the mismatched dies there. It's only going to let me make 24 times by 4. So it's going to make me... that's not too difficult. We've still got, of course, the excess here. I do want to make sure that I don't use all of the petals because that's going to make it harder to progress in the future. Here again, my inventory seems to have broken. I might have to restart the game for that to fix itself again. But also the Roberts, I'm not quite sure why the sound didn't play for your donation there, but I will go and check real quick. Was that a donation or was that a Patreon pledge? That might have been a Patreon pledge. If so, thank you for the pledge on Patreon. If it was a donation, I apologize. Let me know. I don't see it on the Streamlabs, so I think that was indeed a Patreon thing. It was a pledge. Okay, cool. Thank you for the pledge, though. Again, this support me to a whole heck of a lot. I'll get you whitelisted as soon as the stream is over. So let's do this again. I'll try it again at least. Give me another more. Oh, we should be able to click, right? Nice. Okay, so that goes... That's definitely over 100. So I think we've actually got what it takes to make all of the structure frame here, right? We got 59 structure frame, which is more than we needed. Leroy0409 with the 250 bits. Isaac, are we still on for the December streams? Do you know which charity we will be for this year? Yes, we are still on for the December streams. We've done it for the last 5 years. We wouldn't miss it, right? I wouldn't miss it. I don't know what charity I'm going to stream for yet. That is yet to be decided, but we are definitely on for streaming throughout December as often as I can. I can't promise it's going to be daily, especially towards the beginning of December, where I'm still going to be busy. I can't promise that's going to be, you know, I can't promise I'm going to stream every day then, but from the middle of December onwards, I'll try and stream as much as possible, and we'll try and raise as much money as we possibly can. But yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. So we got more than 48, which is good, and also fine, because we do need these to upgrade to tier... Like, it's not necessarily a waste of resources, because in the future, if we want to upgrade to the tier 2 structure block, not only are the tier 2 multi-blocks bigger, thus requiring more structure blocks, you also need the tier 1 structure frame to make the tier 2 structure frame. So we are going to use these no matter what, right? Even if we made 2 stacks of them, we'd still need them, and probably more than that if we want to make the higher tiers, like tier 5, tier 6, void ore and void resource miners. But for now, we've got all of the structure frames. Now we need to get 40 structure panels. So what in the world do I need for structure panel? That's this stuff right here. It requires more of those connectors with golden nuggets and iron bars. You make one at a time. If I need 20, that means I need, like, what, 80 iron bars? So let's go ahead and make, like, just 2 stacks of iron bars for now. We know that's more than enough. Let's make 2 stacks of golden nuggets. Again, we know that's enough. And then I'm hoping we've already got enough connectors here. And how many did I say I needed? 40? So I won't make a stack, just because that seems like a lot. Do we not have... We were all out of connectors? Are they not the same thing? Oh, no, they are. We're just out, I guess. Okay. In that case, give me more than 20 connectors, and then hopefully we should be able to make the... Oh, no, did I need... Hold on. My brain is melting right now. I need 40 structure panel. Okay. Let's not mess this up. I need 40. So give me another, like, 16, and then give me 40 of those. We're a little... Can I not make any more? We're so short. What are we missing? We're missing iron bars of all things. Okay. That's fine. Give me another 69 bars, and then give me another 8 of those. So close. We need 2 more. Okay. Boom, and boom. Nice. Okay, so we got the 40 structure panel. What else do we need? We need 4 laser cores. 4 laser cores. The laser cores, again, not too difficult to make, actually. The hardest part is kind of done. We'll make a few more of these. We're probably running quite low on redstone. We've used over half of our redstone, but thankfully still got quite a bit left. So we'll make 4 laser cores, and then finally, last but not least, we need 2 laser lenses of any kind. I'm going to make specifically the clear lens for the void ore miner, because the clear lens has a higher chance than usual of getting the crystals that we need. So normal, you can use the normal lens. Is the clear lens the normal lens? Yeah. Wait, hold on. For example, if I wanted to get more litherite, like litherite was by far the most expensive part of that setup. The void ore miner can get litherite. The crystal lens is the lens that I'm after. The clear lens is the default lens. The crystal lens has a higher chance of getting those specific, oh, we can't make the crystal lens because we need the iridium first. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait. I guess for now we'll just go with the clear lens then in that case, because it's the cheapest one to make. But in the future I would like to upgrade to the crystal lens, because the crystal lens can make get like these iridium blocks quicker, right? Like this iridium is obtained through the void ore miner, and you have a much higher chance of getting it if you use the crystal lens as opposed to using the standard clear lens there. So I think, guys, we actually now have everything it takes to set these up. So what I'm going to do is, if the lag ever subsides one day, I'm going to just relog real quick and see if that works. I might actually, can you break those with a pickaxe? Do I have to like use the assembler to do that? Maybe, I don't know, but I'll try it. And if it does work, that's good. But I'm planning on putting these both downstairs near that new tree farms area that we set up. You can mine it with a pick? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. We could try with the assembler, but I did think that you should be able to mine it with the pick. Did Isaac just break? Let me try this again. I think it might have been my inventory messing up again, where it didn't like the, it didn't think that my pickaxe was on my hotbar maybe, but there we go. So, as I mentioned at the start of the stream here, what I'm thinking is we'll probably dig out more space on either side here. So, like, for example, which direction is this? This is the Z direction. So all I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to use the builder just to, I did use the builder for like these gaps here, just so it's quicker than not using the builder. So if we push the builder here back to like, I don't know how big I want to make this. I'm going to put 15 in. I can always fill it in if I don't like it. But I'm thinking of going like all the way back, like that far. Maybe I want to go even further than that, because this is, I think, 15 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 15. This is 15. I'm wondering if I want to make this square or not. I think I might, honestly. If that's the case... oh no, do I need to offset that more, right? I need to offset that by like -7, like that. And also push the Y up to 9 and offset that to 5, I think. If I want to get rid of that line there as well. Nope, that's too high. It's not a problem. It didn't destroy anything of importance. It didn't get rid of that bottom line. So maybe it's up to 9, but still 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm thinking about maybe making it this big. That way, that's still not 15 deep, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, it is. Like, never mind. Never mind. He's a fell. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you, Janine, my friend, for using the Twitch Prime subscription here. This probably a whole heck of a lot. Feel free to use those emotes in the Twitch chat. Can we get some caffeine sellout for he's a fell? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Almost let's use the builder. I used it quite well when I was building these, honestly. Honestly. Also, before we put this thing down, this is reminding me of another thing that I do want to craft up here real quick, and that is the exchanger. The exchanger, which we actually might not have enough ender pearls to make now that I think about it, but this thing would be really neat for replacing large areas like this. Like I've done quite a bit of replacing of like the roof here with spruce, with dark oak wood, and I'd like to be able to replace this all without having to dig it all up first. And the easiest way to do that is with an exchanger. Now, however, the exchangers are quite expensive. You can see even the basic wooden exchanger here, which I think can only exchange in a 1x1 radius, does require 3 ender pearls, as well as 4 red dye, which we might actually not have, but we could get fairly easily. But then if you want to get up to the higher tier ones that can do larger areas like 3x3, 5x5, you need yet more. Every single one requires more and more ender pearls. And so actually I might have to hold off on getting that just yet and just do it the old-fashioned way for the time being, at least until we get our mob spawner, a real mob spawner, that's fully automated up and running. But for the time being, let me quickly grab some cobblestone, just so I have something to build with. And then what I'm thinking is we'll go right in the middle here. Is that the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not the middle. The middle's like here, right? That might be the middle of the, oh no, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Is this not 15? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's not quite the size that I want. Not quite. It's almost there. That's because that needs to be 8, I think. 3rd time's the charm? Maybe 4th time? There we go. Didn't quite... they didn't quite get rid of what I wanted to get rid of there. That's fine. That's fine. I can fix that in the future. For now, I'm pretty sure that like that is the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So again, I'll probably replace all of this with dark oak, make it look a bit more even. But for now, I think that might be tall enough. I'm not quite sure. I guess we can find out, right? I'll push it one higher just in case it's not tall enough, actually. But if we put it right about there, and then I guess for now, get rid of the cobblestone. And then, so long as you have all the items in your inventory, the structure panels, the structure frames, the laser cores, all of that stuff, all you have to do is right-click with the assembler onto the void ore miner, and if you hold down the right mouse button, it will go ahead and fill in the complete multi-block for you, which is quite nice. So now all that stuff is down and ready to go. And the final piece of the puzzle here is the void ore miner does require a direct path to bedrock, so it needs to be able to see either the void or bedrock. I haven't actually been down to bedrock, and people did tell me that bedrock isn't in the pack, so I'm assuming... First of all, actually, do I take damage from this laser? I don't think I do. At least I'm really hoping I don't. But if we head on down here to bedrock, what should happen is as soon as we get to the lowest Y level, it should form a beam and begin producing ores as soon as we provide it with redstone flux. It is voided, so first death. I've got a jetpack, so we shouldn't we shouldn't die. I'm not dying to the... I'm not going to let the void be my first death here. It's not going to happen. There it is. Okay, so that's the void. It's not showing the beam, which means it's probably not built correctly. I would have laughed if my jetpack ran out of fuel, like right here. It would have been infuriating, because it shouldn't, but it would have made for quite funny video, I think. So what am I missing here, then, actually? Am I missing, like, another... What am I missing here? Is it like a, No, got my animations on. Missing a laser core? Was I? I thought I had those. I'll make another one, I guess. It does appear that I'm missing a laser core, though. Did I put it away or something? Or did I just not make it? Laser. Again, click out. Get rid of the cobblestone. Laser core. Okay. Give me like 4 laser cores. Is that going to work? It is. Nice, I think. No? Yeah, okay. I'm going to say, I saw it kind of change a bit there. And there's the beam. So now we know it's working. Now what we need to do is actually provide this thing with a redstone flux. Again, we can just grab a flux point. I'm going to have to make another one for my builder. But if we go ahead and throw this down right about here, we are going to want to get some kind of chest of some description to place on top of the void ore miner here to collect all of the ores that come through. I think it's probably going to be best if we... make like an upgraded chest, you know, so maybe like upgrade a standard chest to iron, and then maybe upgrade an iron chest. Oh, that's a refined iron. I would like just a standard iron chest, please. Your basic iron chest, just the standard edition. I'm not interested in the deluxe version. Did we gain iron today? I thought we had like 6,000, but suddenly we've got like 10,000 iron. Maybe we had 16,000 potentially. I mean, I could have been wrong, but we'll then upgrade that to gold. And then we'll also go ahead and, just for fun, upgrade that to diamond, because it's not too expensive. We could also, if we wanted to, I guess, upgrade that to, like, crystal, but there's no real need for it. So we'll throw that down like so. I actually quite like the idea of having this point this way. And then if we throw down the flux point right about there, it's already connected to the Stink Cheese network. And so now it's pulling out 3,700 redstone flux per tick. We can limit that to 660, because I think 660 is the max that this can use. I think it might have an internal buffer, which is probably what it was pulling from there. But this thing is now going to very slowly, quite slowly indeed, but surely, begin to produce ores for us. You know, it's going to just generate ores from the void and pump them up into the chest. Right? Which is now doing. You see we got glowstone there. Is this the... Yeah, this is the void ore miner. We got glowstone. If I go over to the void ore miner again and press U, you get a full list of all of the things that it can generate. You know, the 13 pages there, coal ore, diamond ore, all of the different modded ores, as well as all these crystals that you can use to upgrade, as well as things like glowstone, and I think there's another weird one that you get, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But you get quite a lot of stuff from this, which is quite cool. And as you upgrade, you can they become faster. You can put more upgrades in them to make them, you know, even faster on top of that. If I type in upgrade, I think they're actually called modifiers in this pack. Yeah, in environmental tech, you can make... So right now, our base tier here doesn't have any modifier slots, so we can't modify this in any way. But as you increase the tiers, as we go to like tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and I think tier 6 is the highest tier, you can put in more and more modifiers, such as the speed modifier, to make it even faster. It does start to tank through even more power than the 660 redstone flux per tick that this one's eating, but it starts to produce ores just ridiculously fast, right? Which is crazy. Crazy good. So now I essentially want to do the same thing on the other side of the room here for the void ore miner. It's also one of the reasons why I wanted such a big space here. I think even this 15 by 15 space might not be big enough for the largest void ore miner. I'm not quite sure. Let me check real quick. Void ore miner. I don't know quite how large the largest one is. According to the wiki, the largest one is 13 by 13 by 8. So this area here should be big enough to hold the largest one just, right? It's going to have like a tiny little 2-wide gap all around it. But this area should be able to hold a nice big void ore miner if we get to the fullest form in the future here. So now let's quickly grab the builder, run it over to this side, pick this thing up because this should not be here right now. Well, we don't need this here anymore. This is a storage terminal that lets us access our storage scanner, but now that we've got the storage tablet, we don't need the storage terminal anymore. Also, make sure to change this, because this is now incorrect. We're now going just +8 in the Z direction, but I think other than that, everything else is fine, I think. I think everything else is fine there. We do, however, need to go and get another flux point, which does mean doing a bit more crafting. Again, I don't have to go to the storage scanner, Isaac. You got to remember, you don't have to do that every time. Flux point. Let's see here. We've already got the redstone block. We are going to need to get another Eye of Ender. That's fine. We might have the flux. We do. Nice. And so that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Check the area. Yeah, I will do. I will do. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So we'll throw that down. We can check the area real quick, although I am sure that that is correct. Yep. Flick that on. Make sure this is set to the right network so it can get more power. Oh, look at that. I love this thing, by the way. This builder is so good. Like, I hated it originally because I used it incorrectly, but... Oh, no, that didn't finish. But now that I can use it effectively, it is very nice and does a very good job at clearing out large areas like that. It is very, very efficient at what it does. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I want that one more over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I want to add about here. How many blocks up did I put the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was the 5th block up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the void resource miner. Kapow. Get rid of these. And then same idea. We do want to, again, go all the way down to bedrock. It's at points like these where I kind of wish I had a faster pickaxe than the one that I have right now, but we'll make it work. We can dig on the way down here. Shouldn't take us too long. Again, making sure not to fall through into the void. I'm intrigued, actually. I wonder why the pack creator chose to not have bedrock at the bottom and instead to have a void. I wonder if it did have anything to do with those grains of infinity, or if that's just a byproduct of the fact that they chose not to do this. Use the miner. We could use the miner to dig this down, but like, that's a lot of effort. It's a lot of mental effort to recalculate when I can just do this. And it takes like, it would probably take about the same amount of time, honestly. There we go. All right. Have you tried using it for shaped spaces? Also for actually putting up walls? I haven't. I've only tried it for, so far I've only used the builder for actually digging out squares, essentially, right? So I haven't used it for really anything else but that. But now, right-click with the assembler. Again, it's going to throw down all the blocks that we already have in our inventory. We might have to make some more laser cores. I know we were missing that a second ago. We might be missing yet more of them. But no, that's ready to go. Good stuff. Once again, we'll throw down another chest. I saw that someone in the Twitch chat did point out that we could use storage crates instead of, like, iron chests here for storage. And that would be cheaper. But you know what? It's nice to have diamond chests every now and again. They look quite cool, I think. You may disagree, but nevertheless... Diamond chest, or gold chest even, and diamond chest. Nice. So we'll throw it down like that. Once again, I will steal the little flux point from the builder and throw it down on the front, like so. Make sure it's connected to the Stick Cheese network. Limit it to 160 redstone flux per tick, I think is this one. Yeah, 160. And just like the Void Ore Miner, this is going to start producing things for us for free, but unlike the Void Ore Miner, this one is going to start producing resources for us. The Void Resource Miner, again, if we press U, produces essentially kind of like everything else, you know, stone, granite, obsidian, sand, marble, cobblestone, clay, terracotta, I guess, ice, all kinds of stuff. There were 28 pages on this one. Apparently, all the different kinds of ice. I really hope we don't get that many kinds of ice. But mica is also quite an important one because that is used in making quite a few of the modifiers. So mica is something we are going to want to have. Also, quite importantly, I just want to get like marble. I'm so glad we got this early, but I want to get a large amount of marble because I think it could be cool to build some of the stuff down here out of marble, like some of the walls and whatnot. We're quite limited on the amount of resource, like the different colored blocks that we can use for building right now. I was looking at marble between sessions, and it's one of the main reasons why I've built this resource miner, is because I want to build out of marble, but we don't have any marble to build with. So hopefully, if I leave this running between streams, we'll come back to a fair bit of marble, and I might be able to do some building out of it, but we'll see. Also, Leeway0409 again with an extra 100 bits. Someone said check the mail. The mail's in a bit of a weird spot right now because I can check my mail. I don't know if I have much mail here. Let's have a look. I've got one ender letter from Eros 2 in my setup, which is a head. I'm happy to do this. I need to set up a new area for heads, but we are gaining in the head collection. What I need to do is I need to... We set up a new zoning system on the server, and so right now I would have to go to other zones to collect mail if someone sent me a mail in that zone. And so I might do that at the end of the stream. I might pop around and see if I can't see what other people have brought me. But also the inventory syncing setup is a bit broken right now, so it might not work. I don't know. But nevertheless, let's have a look. The builder can also duplicate builds, by the way. Great for replicating part of a wall like patterns. Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, it does seem like a very powerful block. A lot of the blocks from RF Tools, or from the creator of RF Tools, really, all seem quite powerful, right? The RF Tools creator also made XNet, which is another very powerful mod that I do want to start playing with at some point, because it's really cool and not broken in this pack, which it was in Enigmatica 2. So really hoping to get in on that. Noob_ATD, welcome, my friend. Glad you could join us. I don't think the chat will be mad for you if you went to creative to give yourself the mailbox. It's not that. It's like, it's the bringing the stuff back, right? Like, I don't mind. It's not about creating the mailbox once I get there. It's about bringing back whatever someone gives me. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to cheat in whatever they gave me when I get back, which, again, wouldn't be too bad unless it's like a custom item. But anyway, we'll figure that out when we get to it. For now, we have 2 miners, 1 void ore miner, 1 void resource miner. Hopefully, slowly but surely, I'll press F7 here real quick. Hopefully, the lantern will slowly start to fill up and light up all of this area over here so we don't get any hostile mobs spawning. It has done it over on that side, and so I'm hoping that it will continue to do it over on this side as well, although we might have a lantern up here. Maybe, do I have a lantern like above the smeltery that's doing this? Is that why this is all lit up and that one's not? I might have to make some more lanterns to make this work. But now we've got both of those, which is good. But between streams, I will try and make these look a little nicer, you know, the little rooms that they're in. And also, like I said earlier, probably move the mob spawner into this slot here. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with the 4th slot yet, but we'll figure that out. Finally, pretty much one of the last things that I want to do in today's stream here is I would like to try and fix up the tree system, the leaf eating generator Steve's Cart's tree farm that we have down here, because right now it's broken and it's not working as intended, but I think that it is fixable. The first thing that we are going to need is another advanced detector rail, which requires some stone pressure plates as well as some iron and some redstone. Fairly easy to do, of course, allowing the Steve Cart's to stop. Steve's Cart's cart, it allows the cart to stop. I'm going to put it right about here, like so. I might go ahead and make another cart manager, maybe, because it's going to make it awkward to pull. Like, this one here is pulling apples out right now, and I think it's going to make it awkward to, if we try and pump, or maybe not, I don't know. It's going to make it awkward if we try and pump saplings into here, because the cargo manager is going to fill up with saplings and then not be able to pull apples out. And so what I think we'll do is we'll make another cargo manager and put it at one of the other corners. For example, this one, where the cart already is. If we go ahead and do this here, it does mean we have to go through the slightly tedious process of making yet another cargo manager, which is a little picky when it comes to craft. It's not the nicest craft in the world, but it's not really difficult. It's just somewhat long. But if we make another one of these, I think it's going to make our lives a little easier in terms of getting this this tree farm back online. So I need 4 large plates. I then need like 4 huge plates. And then we also need, of course, this thing, which requires 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. That actually wasn't too bad, honestly. That was a fairly benign craft, all things considered. Compared to some of the crafts in the game, that was not too bad. So move freaking Leeway out of the way there, drop this down, and essentially, all I'm going to do is grab another hopping bonsai pot. Thankfully, we've already got one. Good stuff. We are going to put that on top of a drawer. I guess we'll use one of these. That's fine. A basic 2x2 drawer is all we need. So it's going to output all of its stuff into that drawer. So we'll put it like here, and we'll do this. And then if we put a sapling into there, that should, as always, begin to go ahead and grow little tiny trees for us, like so. And then it's going to deposit all of its stuff into the bottom drawer here. We want to make sure we lock this, and we want to make sure that at least one of the 4 empty drawer slots is dedicated to a sapling, right? And at that point, we're going to use an item conduit, if we have them. We could use translocators, honestly. What is that? We've got a disabled item. We could use translocators, and that could be quite fun. We haven't used translocators yet. You know what? Sure, we made these translocators a little while ago, and I wanted to use them, but we didn't get around to using them, so I'm going to use them now. What we're going to do is I'm going to artificially kind of get this going a little bit here. I'm going to grab some saplings and put those in right about there. Let's also grab some like leaves real quick if we have them, just to fill this out. I want oak leaves. Put those in there. So we'll lock this up. So now even if it pulls out all the saplings, it should stay like that. We'll do that and that. I also want to get a void upgrade onto this thing as well, so that if we do, you know, fill up on like oak logs or something, we don't back up the system and stop producing saplings. The whole idea of this is that it constantly and eternally produces extra saplings, so the Steve Scott's tree farm never stops running. It never runs out of saplings itself. So we'll put the void upgrade in there as well, so it gets rid of any excess. And then now, I do wish to filter this here. I would like to only pull out oak saplings. So you extract oak saplings into here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. I just love the way you could see them fly across like that. I think that's so cool. And then green side, I want things to go from the cargo manager out to the green side and into the sapling slot like that. So, let's quickly put some fuel into the coal engine. This is going to pull up. It's going to pull out all of the saplings. I don't know why, but for some reason, ever since I put grass on both sides, it started to plant them on both sides. It was really weird because when I tested it, I put dirt on both sides, but it only planted on the one. But as soon as I turned the dirt into grass, now it plants on both. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it's doing it. You can see already the little bone meal particle effects coming from all the agri-carnations because we've got just so much of this mana now in our mana pool. It's crazy. This should already be producing more charcoal. It is. It's going to slowly but surely turn all that oak wood into charcoal. And there we go. Our system should now be back online, back producing more redstone flux. Oh, look at that. I do still love the way that leaf eating generator just tears apart all of the leaves that appear like right away. That is fantastic. So he's going to go around, start planting more stuff, and just continue to do things as usual. I don't know if... I really do think that this should hopefully produce saplings fast enough. That's really the only concern here, because if it doesn't produce saplings fast enough, it might end up in another position where the cart runs out of fuel. The cart runs out of fuel when it doesn't have enough trees to chop down, right? When it does like a few laps of the ring, but doesn't have any wood to chop down. So hopefully that's not going to be the case. If it is, we're going to have to put down some more hopping bonsai pots and try and pump even more saplings into the system here. But hopefully this is going to be okay. So we'll see. Hopefully it is. Like I said, guys, between sessions, I will set up all the rest of my garden cloches to accept water. Also, we should really look, actually, we've got so many saplings just appear on the floor. We should probably look, now that I've said this, towards pumping specifically. First of all, let me clear my inventory out. We've got way too much stuff here that we don't need in our inventory. So I'm just going to clear a couple of things out. All right? We don't need to be carrying all this around with us. I'm also going to empty out this chest a little bit, because this chest's got so much trash in it. I don't know why it's got so much wood. I don't know where we got the oak wood from. That's weird, I think. Like, apples make sense. Pears make sense. Charcoal, normal coal doesn't make sense, because coal's being filtered out. I think I might have put that in there, maybe. Name tags also don't make sense. And animal droppings. Like, everything here makes sense. Some of the other stuff, not so much. But again, we'll drop these into the system. And then I think we will probably look at extracting out the saplings, right? Like if we pull the saplings out and into the storage drawer, that kind of kills two birds with one stone there, because it empties out this chest, but also keeps more saplings in the system. Now, this is going to be horrible. Like, it's going to look horrible and not at all symmetrical, and I hate it, but it's going to be effective, right? Like, this will work. We'll just disable this side. We will extract only... We do want to filter this, actually, as well. So let me quickly grab an item filter from Ender.io, which is this one. Basic item filter. That's what I'm after. We are out of paper. Thankfully, we did get extra sugarcane earlier in the stream, so I should be able to make that fairly easily. Give me a basic item filter. Let's filter... Oh, that was a quest, apparently. Let's filter oak saplings like so. And then I want that on the extract side. Extract, active without signal, and insert. So that should pull all of the oak saplings out of there, which it is doing. Automatically place them into here, which is going to pump them across around into the cargo manager. Like, geez, that's so loud. we need sound mufflers around this area as well, because it is so freaking loud. Oh my goodness, sound muffler. Let me see if I have what it takes to make a few of these as well, because boy, is that ever an annoying sound. Give me like 4 of those, I guess, or 5 will do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I like put one of these in each corner or something and maybe hide it as well? I don't know what the range is on. You know, I'll just put them like here. I don't know what the range is on the sound mufflers, but hopefully this is like enough to save my ears a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then the dirt should end up in there. It did, cool. All right, we can turn our sound back up again. Those probably stack as well, so that's probably like a lot of sound muffling going on there, but that's beautifully silent now. I've also hit the wrong key there and changed my map size, which is weird, but we can change that back. There we go. You can't hear in-game sounds? No. Oh, no, you should be able to. Can you guys hear the game sound? Hopefully. Maybe? You can, right? Hopefully. Oh, maybe. This is not the stream for efficient setups. That's true. That's true. Make it loud again. Can you guys hear this? The little ticks there. I'm hoping you can hear it. Anyway. Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, this setup hopefully now is going to be more sustainable. Hopefully it will continue to work. You can see we've already got extra saplings being pumped in there. And so yeah, hopefully this will continue to work quite nicely. I guess we'll have to wait and see to whether or not that works. I'm a little worried about the fact that there is dirt essence in here. Does that have the ability to kind of quickly, like as it comes out here, does it have the ability to quickly like pick it up on the way out? I guess we could try and rectify that maybe by just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by limiting this to 8 by 8 as opposed to 10 by 10. Like if we just bring that down like so. It does mean it won't pick anything up from here, but it will pick it up there. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I think that it might have just been a little fast there with picking up something off the conveyor belt. Because I think even if it's on the conveyor belt, it counts as being like in the open for a second. And so it was like the advanced item collector there was quick enough to pick it up. But now, hopefully that won't be an issue. Everything should be a-okay. And our system is working once more. Let's quickly grab another feral flare lantern, shall we? To throw down in that new area, or at least in the roof of that new area. I've got to be careful around here with the feral flare lanterns, because if we are going to set up a mob spawner nearby, we do want to make sure that we don't have the lanterns anywhere where... Oh, I'm so low on health. I'm actually so low on health. I'm terrified. Nope. No. Nope. Not today, game. Today is not the day that I die. Not today. Get out of here. Oh boy. Okay, we've done it. I'm fine. Actually, this is already oh, I put the lantern down. Okay, cool. I'm going to move that lantern real quick because I don't like that positioning there. I'm going to move it up into the roof here. I prefer really to not see my lanterns for the most part. I like hiding them in the roof like that. And then I'll cover that up with stone. I'm going to replace that with dark oak poly anyway. That was close. That was closer than it needed to be. Oh boy, but we've kept our 0 deaths record, which I'm very happy about. Oh boy. And then finally, chat, I think here what we'll do is we'll go and we will look at our quest book, which is something we haven't done in quite some time here. But we have done, I think, a couple of quests today, actually. And also there's a couple of quests that we can do fairly easily. For example, floral fertilizer, I think we might have. And if we don't, we definitely have what it takes to make floral fertilizer real quick. So I will go ahead and just quickly throw that quest together. Instead of using floral white powder, we will use floral lime powder because we have so much of the stuff. We only need 5, like so. And that's that quest complete. Good stuff. Can we claim a reward for that? A loot chest, maybe? Nice. As well as the Lexica Britannia. 64 ME storage components. Actually very nice indeed. It's going to make our start into Applied Energetics a little bit easier. Give us a little bit more space, which is always nice. We could probably also do this, honestly. 2 fans and 4 iron spikes. Let's see here. Fan. We didn't actually end up using the open blocks fans. but they are still fairly easy to make. 2 fans, and then, was it 4 iron spikes? Which, again, are not too difficult to make. Like so? Is that... Oh, we were out of blocks of iron, really? I thought we had, like, a spare one from earlier when we made, like, 50 of them, but apparently we used them all making that void ore miner, but that's fine. So that's another... Oh, look at that. We're just tearing through the quest, chat. Tearing through the quest. Let's go with the bottom loop back here. Something good. 2 speed upgrades, actually quite nice. Again, going to be useful for, maybe for our mechanical users. I might go throw that in up there, maybe. But for the most part, I don't really think they need to be sped up much more at this point. What else do we have here that we could maybe do quite easily? There's a few that we've already done. We did do a fair bit of work on mystical agriculture today, and so we can go and claim a few of these. I'll go for, like, the bottom loot chest every time. Everyone knows that's the best one. If it ever works, there we go. And then Infusion Crystal, also made. Good stuff. The rest of these really shouldn't be too hard for us to make either. Once we get a lot of Inferium as well, we should be able to make most of this stuff fairly easily. Storage-wise, we have made the Controller Slave quite a while back, but that is good to claim. And then we didn't do anything with Draconic Evolution, and we didn't do anything with Project E, but we do have a good couple of loot chests here to open. Growth Crystals, always quite nice, actually. Should help with speeding up some growth if we need it. Chance Cubes, we've got actually so many Chance Cubes. I do need to, on one of these streams, go around and throw those down. Punchy Sticks, not as useful, at least not anymore. But yeah, I should go around and... we should start a stream maybe, or end a stream sometime with just a ton of Chance Cubes, because we've got so many of them, and so many Icosahedrons as well. It's crazy. Chance Cubes are riot. Not today, but we will do them, I promise. I will open... How many Chance Cubes do we have? I think we don't have many in the system, but we do have this chest here that's full of my old mail. This one. I think someone, maybe Shaggy, sent me a lot of Chance Cubes. Yeah. We've got so many Chance Cubes. Thankfully with luck pendants as well, but you know you want more. But we do have so many Chance Cubes, it's crazy. I would really recommend making a Prosperity Tinker's Pick and setting up a mechanical user plus placer auto cycle to make infinite prosperity shards. How does that work? Like how does that work? A Prosperity Tinker's Pick. Is there like a way that we can get these? Like we can get prosperity shards? Prosperity Tinker's Tools gives you a chance to get an item every time you mine something. Oh, really? So you just kind of like have like cobblestone placed down and you just break it with a Prosperity Tinker's Pick to automatically get prosperity shards? That's interesting. I mean, we could also just set up like an auto sieve for sand, right? Maybe? Like I'm thinking just like... We're producing sand over here, right, with the material stoneworks factories. We've got multiple thousand sand. We could just pump those into like an auto-compressed sieve. A heavy sieve, this one here. You know, compress the sand and then sift it, and then just process the results afterwards. That could work as well, potentially. But I do like the idea with the prosperity shard thing. That could work as well. You're doing things in alternate ways in this pack, remember? That's true, actually. That is true. I was thinking that as soon as I got to the end of the sentence there, thinking, but who wants to use sieves when we can put down blocks and break them with a pickaxe and then try and auto-repair it, or maybe have it repaired with redstone flux or something. That could be quite interesting. I think that would be fun. Anyway, I think, guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream there. For now, we got a good amount of stuff done. I'm happy with what we got done there. We are going to have some items here still that are going to despawn, but I think that's something we just have to put up with if we don't want our... essences being picked up by the item collector here. We're also going to have to figure out something to do what we're going to do with all the excess items that are in this chest. I might just have to put like another item conduit in a trash can just to avoid any excess items. We could store the apples in here, but I really don't think we need to. Like we don't need the excess like apples. It's not necessary. And so I might just trash the rest of those. But hopefully when we come back, this will all be still running and we'll have continued to work. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And hopefully we'll have all of our garden cloches up, running, ready to go, and hopefully also have a large amount of Inferium Essence ready to be able to move forward with more mystical agriculture, producing more resources, and also hopefully we will have a good number of ores, maybe even a full chest worth of ores and resources. Look at that. I hate that you get all of the different colors of ice, all the different like chiseled types of ice. That is horrible, but at least we are getting something slowly but surely there. But yeah, when we come back, we should probably have a large number of both ores and resources, because these are coming in quite a bit faster than I thought they would. But nevertheless, guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up there for today. As always, if you did enjoy the stream, be sure to like. It really does help out a lot. Leave a comment in the YouTube video if you ever watched this on YouTube. I'm so used to autopiloting and to leave a comment down below, yada, 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 all that kind of stuff. But if you enjoyed the stream, you haven't noticed already, be sure to hit follow to get notified as soon as I go live in the future. You can go follow me on Twitter at CaffeineRich if you would like. You can also check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/GamingOnCaffeine. And finally, our Discord is available to everybody, discord.gg/GOC if you would like as well. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.